I'm going to be spending the next 100 days in ARK Survival Ascended, modded with new dinosaurs. These mods add new flyers, powerful herbivores, apex predators, and so much more. And I have 100 days to tame an army of the strongest dinosaurs I can find, to defeat the Alpha Nunatak, the Guardian of Ragnarok. On day 1, I woke up on a beach. Hello world. Seeing as I spawned in basically naked, the first thing I did was harvest some materials, which also gave me some levels. I'm gonna level up my health, because I do not want to die. I used the materials that I got to make some basic stone tools, which I used to chop some trees. All the chopping made me thirsty, so I went to drink some water from the beautiful ocean, when a not so friendly neighborhood direwolf decided it was snack time. After juking them with my goated swimming skills, I saw some big modded dinosaurs in the distance. I also found a terror bird that was killed by an ankylosaurus. I harvested its body with my stone hatchet for some meat and hide. And then I found a baby terror bird running around in circles. Because her parent had died, I could claim her and become her new dad. I named her Skibidi and fed her the meat of her previous parent who had failed her. Then I made myself a set of cloth armor and a spear. After that, I found the dead body of a dinosaur called a Tyrannomimus, but I didn't get many materials from it because it had already been half eaten. I then fought off some gigantic ants and fed their meat to Skibidi. And I found some dead raptors, who I also fed to Skibidi. You're such a hungry birdie, aren't you, Skibidi? Later on, I made and placed down a thatch foundation to build things on, and Skibidi grew into an adult terror bird, so they could now fight enemy dinosaurs with me. I made a storage box to store my items, a campfire to cook meat, and turned my thatch foundation into a thatch house. Night was approaching, so I made some standing torches to keep me warm, but they would only work if they had fuel, so I went and chopped some trees for wood. I also used the wood to make a bunch of spears and went to kill a Pegomastax, but my aim was horrible, so Skibidi ended up doing most of the work. I went exploring without Skibidi because I didn't want to get her killed. That is a big dinosaur. I killed another Pegomastax and then found a small dinosaur called a Paleocryptoclidus. I decided to try and kill it. It was very slow on land, but fast in the water, way faster than me. So I killed an ant, saw a living Tyrannomimus up close, and killed the Cryptoclidus when it got closer to me again. I saw a strong looking fish under the water, and a pack of raptors attacking a small group of Morellatops. Then I got jump scared by the strong looking fish. Oh my goodness. And decided to risk exploring with Skibidi. We found a little friendly dolphin called Hector's dolphin, and a small squid called an ovilus squid. I killed the squid and got oil and raw calamari from its body. Nighttime had arrived, and a thunderstorm along with it, so I went inside my thatch house and started cooking the raw calamari, when a Pegomastax decided to attack Skibidi. And then another Pegomastax joined the battle. We eventually killed them both, and then I found a baby raptor, who was running around all on his own, so I claimed him and gave him some raw meat to eat. I named him Borealis, but then a random Tyrannomimus appeared and started attacking us. I ran away and watched in horror as the Tyrannomimus obliterated baby Borealis. It's just a baby. I whistled Skibidi to safety and watched as the Tyrannomimus hit the gritty on baby Borealis's dead body. I guess Tyrannomimus either attack you if you get too close, or they just hate carnivores. I couldn't bear to witness this gruesome sight any longer, and ate some cooked calamari. I watched the door in terror, not knowing whether or not the Tyrannomimus would come to kill us next. A lot of time had passed, so I opened the door to find the Tyrannomimus way in the distance. So I went to baby Borealis' death bag and retrieved the meat that I had given him. After that, I harvested some stone and made a mortar and pestle. But then, the Tyrannomimus came back and killed Skibidi. No! Skibidi! I began hitting the gritty on Skibidi's dead body now, damaging my thatch house in the process, so I ran away. After a while, it destroyed part of my house, harvested Skibidi's corpse, and then started full sprinting at me, and then it stopped. Psych! With my tames gone, I didn't need to feed them raw meat anymore, so I started cooking it in the campfire and started repairing my house. On day 2, I was now level 11, high enough of a level to make a bow and some arrows. I went outside to test my new weapon, but instead found another baby raptor. The first thing I did after claiming him was bring him to a place far away from the Tyrannomimus. Then I gave him some raw meat and named him 6-7. I then made my very first narcotic in the mortar and pestle, out of spoiled meat and narcoberries, a bunch more arrows, finished repairing my house, and made a cooking pot, which gave me lots of XP. Next I wanted to upgrade my thatch house into a wood house, so that it could better withstand Tyrannomyrmex attacks. So I went and harvested a ton of wood and began upgrading my house. 6-7 was now fully grown, and the strong looking fish came to say hi to him. I didn't know if I could trust the fish, so I whistled 6-7 away from the water. I resumed renovating my house, but then while I was in the middle of transporting wood, I got too close to a Tyrannomyrmex, and it got angry at me. It hit me so hard that I got pushed into the ground, unable to move, and then it killed me. I spawned back in and ran to retrieve my stuff, and then I saw in the distance that 6-7 had gotten into a fight with a Torosaurus. I ran over to them and whistled 6-7 to safety. He was heavily injured, and the Torosaurus showed no sign of injury. Torosauruses were no joke. Then the Torosaurus started charging at me, or so I thought, but it was actually just trying to get to 6-7. There was also a pack of wild raptors that I had to make sure 6-7 didn't get too close to as well, because if he did, they would also attack and kill him. Eventually the Torosaurus gave up on trying to end 6-7's life, so I went to check on him, and he was very close to dying. After that debacle, I finally finished upgrading my house and went to get some hide, so that I could make 6-7 a saddle. I found a very colourful dead raptor, but a couple of Pegomastax attacked me before I could harvest it. After dealing with them, I harvested the raptor, and saw that it was so colourful because it was a Paleoraptor. I gave its meat to 6-7 and then found a death bag from a wild raptor. It must have been killed and harvested by something. From it I got slightly better cloth boots, a new stone pickaxe, and some berries and arrows. Then I demolished my cooking pot to get half of its materials back to make a new one, in order to get more XP. I was now high enough level to learn the engram for the raptor saddle. I started crafting it and making my way to 6-7, but there was a Tyrannomyrmex right outside of my house. It started attacking me and I was super slow because I was still crafting the saddle. I looked behind me and saw that there were 2 Tyrannomyrmex after me. Luckily I was able to outmaneuver one of them in the water. Then I saw that the other one was busy attacking my house. I made my way over to 6-7 and put the saddle on him. Now I can finally ride something. This will be way easier than walking around on foot. I found some raptors attacking Morellatops and Jerboas. Me and 6-7 joined the fight, but then all the raptors started getting close to us, so we ran away. I did not want to fight them all at once. Only one of them chased us, so we were able to kill it. Later we found a Gallimimus stuck in some rocks, which gave us a free kill. It had a child that began running away after we killed its parent, so we hunted it down and killed it too. Then we killed some Jerboas, Pegomastax, and another Gallimimus. Then we saw the strong looking fish again, and saw that it was called a Bungartius. We attacked it to see what it would do. It swam away. Then we killed a lone Morellatops, who only fight back if they're in a group. And we came across a pair of raptors fighting a pair of Tyrannomyrmex. The Tyrannomyrmex actually looked bloody, so we decided to join in on the fight. We were getting low on health fighting the high level raptor, so we ran away, and luckily I got distracted by a nearby Morellatops. After we healed a bit, we ran back in and harvested the other dead Tyrannomyrmex. Then we watched as both of the raptors got taken down by a group of Morellatops. We harvested them and then finished off the group of Morellatops, as 2 of them were low on health after the fight. And after we killed those 2, the 3rd one ran away. The group had a baby with them, so I claimed him, gave him a bunch of berries and some sweet melons, and named him Breach. Unfortunately, I couldn't make his saddle, because I was on the Ragnarok map, and I had to be on the Scorched Earth map to be able to learn the engram. After that we killed another Morellatops and went exploring. We got to this mountainy area, where we killed a wild raptor and a Pelagornis that was stuck under the ground. Then we found a terror bird that we killed. I got better cloth boots and a better cloth shirt from. I also got a slingshot from it, but I didn't need that. We found some obsidian and metal rocks, but I only had a stone pickaxe still, and I didn't want to waste these precious resources with its poor efficiency. So we left them for now and came across more obelisk squids that we killed and harvested. I'm blind! They blinded me with their ink. We also found another Paleocryptoclidus, who we began killing when a wild raptor appeared and started trying to kill us. Maybe they were friends. We got a bow, some arrows, a trank arrow, and a new stone hatchet from the raptor, and then we continued killing the Cryptoclidus. We returned to my house, which had again been partially destroyed by a Tyrannomyrmex, and I decided to move my base of operations to somewhere else, as there are a lot of Tyrannomyrmex in this area, and they are very annoying. So I picked up my stuff and moved it across to the other side of the river. I then harvested a bunch of stone and wood, which I used to make a refining forge. I put some metal in it that I had gotten from just regular rocks, along with some wood, and began smelting. After some time, the metal had been refined into metal ingots, which I used to make a smithy. After some more time had passed, more metal had been refined, which I put in the smithy and crafted a metal pickaxe and a metal hatchet. These metal tools were a lot more efficient and a lot more powerful than the stone ones. We made our way back to the mountainy area to harvest the metal rocks that were there, but we were stopped by a couple of raptors. We were getting pretty close to death, so we retreated and jumped off of a cliff. I got off 6-7 at the last second to avoid him taking fall damage, and then we continued our retreat. We had successfully gotten away, so I force-fed 6-7 some raw meat to heal him up. Then one of the raptors ran right up to us, and then ran away. Because it tried to get us for so long, it gave up. But it gave up just when it was about to reach us. ARK Ascended AI makes no sense. After 6-7 healed up a bit more, we made our way back through the mountainous terrain and found the other raptor trying to kill a Gallimimus, but failing miserably. We killed it and then arrived at the metal rocks. I harvested them with my metal pickaxe and we went back to base. On day 3, I initiated the smelting of the metal, and while waiting, watched a battle between a Taurosaurus and a raptor. The Taurosaurus had scared the raptor so much that it ran away, and decided to fight us instead. It was the last mistake it ever made. Ooh, better cloth pants. Then I made some trank arrows by combining arrows and narcotics. I was harvesting bushes for more narcoberries, when a raptor suddenly appeared and began attacking a Pelagornis right next to me. I quickly ran to get on 6-7, and then the raptor switched its sights to us. And it was a Paleoraptor. It was very beautiful, but that didn't stop us from killing it. And doing so gave me enough XP to level up to level 25. I could now make a crossbow and a pike. The crossbow was a lot more powerful than the regular bow, and it could be fired underwater. And the pike was a lot more powerful than the spear, and it didn't break anywhere near as easily, but it couldn't be thrown. Then I crafted 7 bowlers and went looking for a herbivore to tame. I stumbled upon a level 100 Ankylosaurus that was on a mountain, but there was a wild direwolf nearby, so we took care of them first. I shot some trank arrows into the Anky, but then we ended up near a small flock of terror birds. I lured them away and resumed tranquilizing the Anky. Many tranks later, the Anky finally fell unconscious, and I gave her a bunch of measure berries. And then a Pegamastax decided to be a pain in the bum. I stole my remaining trank arrows, and while me and 6-7 were killing it, a terror bird showed up. The Pega got greedy and decided to steal my regular arrows while we were fighting the terror bird, resulting in it getting killed in the crossfire. However, this terror bird was very strong, so we skedaddled. We tried to fight it again, but quickly changed our minds, and then 6-7 got stuck on a dead tree branch and almost died. I got 6-7 healed up, and then we defeated the powerful terror bird. We went to the Pega's death bag and retrieved all of my arrows, and went to guard the Anky. As she ate the berries while unconscious, she tamed, but only 5%. In all that time you only tamed 5%? This is going to take a while. While waiting for her to tame, I gathered some materials, and came across a ledge with a nice view. The mainland is over there. It would be nice to get out of this desert area. Deserts are ugly. I decided I'd move to the mainland, but for now, I had an Anky to tame. So I protected her from danger, and harvested materials while she continued to tame. No! Get off of her! Get off of her! Oh, finally. Are you okay? Oh, you're fine. But the taming effectiveness, no. I've decided to build a perimeter around her to keep her safe from all these stupid terror birds. Hello, Mr. Supply Drop. Yeah, this is looking good. Yeah, I can't get to it now, can ya? Baby. Sigma girl. Bye-bye. Why are you kissing the obsidian rock? Obsidian kisser. At long last, she finally tamed, and I named her Dummy Thick. I wasn't high enough of a level to make a saddle yet though, so in the meantime I demolished the wood gate and gateway that I had gotten from the supply drop in order to get materials. Then a pair of terror birds attacked. No, Sigma girl! I went back to base and began moving everything to the new mountain base. On the way, a couple of direwolves attacked us and murdered Breach. No, Breach! We lured them to a Taurosaurus, who was able to bring down one of the direwolves, but then it got eaten by the other one. We juked it around some rocks, and then eventually it ran away, and attacked a Morellatops off in the distance. I went to Breach's death bag, and we started transporting his inventory to the mountain base. But we had to make multiple trips, because 6-7's carrying capacity wasn't as good as Breach's was. We finished moving everything to the mountain base on the early morning of day 4. Then we started making our way to the mainland. Yes, finally, somewhere that isn't desert. We found a lot of new interesting creatures here. We found elephants called Gomphotheriums, a medium-sized herbivorous dinosaur called a Zuniceratops, a giant herbivore called an Edmontosaurus, and a dangerous-looking theropod. We then watched as the theropod killed and ate the Edmontosaurus's baby, and the two of them fought. The fight ended with the Edmontosaurus running away, and the theropod getting distracted by some Gomphotheriums. It was very bloody from its fight with the Edmonto, but it still managed to kill one of the Gomphos, and then healed back to full health after eating it. I didn't want to be near this thing when it was fully healed, so we ran away and explored another part of the mainland. There's so many Zuniceratops here. Oh look, and a couple of Anzus. We later returned to where the theropod was, and found the Edmonto dead on the ground. The theropod wasn't that close to it, so we went and harvested it. Then we heard the theropod roar, and got a little too close to an Anzu, which we then ran away from. We found a parasaur that had a child, so we killed it and claimed the child. I named her Honkathon. We left her at the beach and travelled inland, where we saw another one of those theropods, and an alpha variant of them. It was then that I realised that these weren't just any theropod. They were the most infamous theropod of all time, the Tyrannosaurus rex. I didn't recognise them, because one of the mods that I was using had completely transformed them. We then found a spot with a nice view, and a field of red and orange flowers. We decided to try and kill a Zuniceratops. It shot quills into us from its tail, which had gross green stuff on them that slowed our movement speed. Besides that, it was pretty weak compared to the Great 6-7, which gave me the confidence to fight the Anzu from before. It was quite a lot bigger than 6-7 and had a lot of health, but luckily it didn't do much damage. Then we harvested a parasaur corpse and the T-Rex that had somehow died. Left behind a death bag as well, that I looted, and got 2 Tyrannosaurus arms. It also let me know that these new T-Rexes were called Paleo-Tyrannosauruses. We then saw that further along the beach there were tons of giant lizards called Nothosauruses, and some Spinosaurs called Valabovenatrixes. We killed and harvested some parasaurs for their hide, which I used to craft a parasaur saddle. I put it on Honkathon and I could now ride on her. Let's go! My first herbivore mount. Look at all those berries. Then we watched as an Ornithochirus was sent back to the lobby by a couple of Gomphotheriums. We harvested it and then travelled inland once again, where we found some new flying dinosaurs called ARKs. Then we saw a Nothosaurus up close. Luckily they weren't aggressive. And then we saw the swarm of Nothosauruses again. There is so many of them. To tame a Yark, I needed a flute, which could only be learnt at level 40. So I left the Yarks and continued exploring, finding a smaller Asian relative of the parasaur, a Cintausaurus. We then found a group of dodos and a Lystrosaurus. They weren't modded or anything. I was just happy to find my first dodos of the 100 days. We did find a father-son pair of Paleotriceratops, who were a lot better looking than regular Triceratops, and a Nothosaurus and Valabovenatrix, having an aquatic dance battle to the death in a lake. I found a nice location to make my new base, and saw a large Drangjunosaurus in the distance. I harvested some materials and made a wood foundation and a mortar and pestle. Then went back to Honkathon and got her to follow us to the new base. On the way I found a Pteranodon, who I bowled and knocked out. I gave her some raw prime meat and started waiting for her to tame, when a Valabovenatrix roared and started charging towards us. We outmaneuvered it, only for it to instantly start attacking the Pteranodon. It killed her by breathing out blue fire, and harvested her with a massive area of effect electric attack, which hit a nearby Yark and Nothosaurus as well, leading the Yark and a bunch of Nothosauruses to start attacking it. We harvested the Nothosaurus and Yark that it had killed, and then watched as it killed another Nothosaurus, but then lose to the other 2 Nothosauruses. I reclaimed my meat from the Pteranodon's death bag, and looted the first Nothosaurus's death bag, which had a Sarcosuchus skin in it. We turned around and saw an Alpha Raptor right near us. I sneakily got on 6-7 and we legged it without the Alpha noticing us. We brought Honkathon to the new base, where I used the narco berries I had gathered with her in conjunction with a bunch of spoiled meat to make some narcotics. I used the narcotics to make more trank arrows, and went to knock out another Pteranodon. It was only level 20, so while I was taming, I found and knocked out a beautiful bright orange level 130 Pteranodon. I gave her a bunch of raw meat and killed a nearby Dilophosaurus, who posed a threat to my sleeping Pteranodon friends. The low level one tamed, so I brought it over to the other one to protect it, who I had to force feed a narcotic to keep asleep. We killed some baby creatures and gave their prime meat to Sleeping Beauty to speed up the taming process. We brought them to base, where I named them Dorito and Moldy Dorito. I made myself a set of hide armor, which provided me with more protection than the cloth armor. Then we went killing giant turtles for keratin, so that I could make a Pteranodon saddle. On day 5 we went back to the mountain base to collect the keratin and chitin I had previously accumulated, and I also crafted a sickle and repaired my crossbow and hatchet, which were running low on durability. I also grabbed a stack of arrows that I had left there. We went back to killing turtles and also found a small dinosaur called a Pachysuchus.
Hi there, little guy. Whoa. Chill. Chill. Chill.
Sadly, we had to put it down. Then we went back to the mountain base again to repair my metal hatchet again, and I grabbed some cooked meat that I had been cooking. We killed a turtle who had a baby. I claimed him and gave him some berries, and then built a stone ramp trap. I made some more trank arrows and then lured the paleotrike father from before into the trap. I peppered him with tranks while his son watched, and then gave him a bunch of measure berries. I mined some metal from some river stones, chopped some wood, and used my sickle to harvest a bunch of fiber, and then made a feeding trough. It would now be a lot easier to keep all of my creatures fed. And then, my game crashed. I logged back in to see the paleotrike walking around, meaning that the last time my progress had saved was from before I had knocked him out. Then I saw that my stone ramp trap hadn't even been finished building yet. So I finished building it again, made the feeding trough again, and knocked out the trike again. However, this time I could not get him into the trap, so I just tranked him while riding 6-7. I went back to turtle hunting and realized that my progress of claiming the baby turtle from before had also been lost. Then I came across a furry creature called a Gandakasia that was sitting down and sliding around on the floor. I went over to it and was able to passively tame it by feeding it measure berries. While I was taming, me and 6-7 decided to challenge some trikes to a battle to the death in order to harvest their keratin. We won, but they didn't give us much keratin. I found out that I could feed the Gandakasia meat as well, so I started feeding him prime meat, which gave him a lot of taming progress.
Oh, so this guy's an omnivore. He's just like me for real.
The paleotrike had finally finished taming, and I could now also claim his son. I named them Tristan Tate and Tristan Tate Jr. I made a trike saddle and took Tristan Tate out for a spin. He was pretty slow, but he had the ability to charge, which made him super fast. He could also attack to end the charge.
Yo, we sent that dealer flying.
He was also pretty strong, stronger than 6-7, and was very good at harvesting berries. I took Tristan Tate Jr. for a walk to imprint on him, increasing his stats and giving him a boost to his damage and damage resistance. I made another trike saddle and equipped him with it, so that I could ride him as well. It also gave him a bit of extra armor. 6-7 would still be my main mount for now though, as he was still faster, since he didn't need to charge up before being able to run at full speed. We found a small little dinosaur called a Celidosaurus. I knocked him out and gave him a bunch of measure berries. While he was taming, we found some yarks that were stuck in rocks. After that, the Celidosaurus had tamed, and I named him Snickers. I could put him on my shoulder, which provided me with a buff that gave me increased armor. On day 6, we killed an Anki for keratin, and I now finally had enough keratin and chitin to make a Pteranodon saddle.
Yes, I can now fly.
I killed some things with Dorito to level her up, and then finished taming the Gandakasia. I couldn't make his saddle though, as it needed polymer. I made a large storage box to help with storing items, when exploring with my newly acquired ability of flight. We found some massive elephant-looking creatures called Dinotheriums. They used to be modded creatures, but they are now actually added into the base game, which is pretty cool. We also saw a couple of Paleorexes, and then a Dinotherium got angry at us, so we left. We found a group of large dinosaurs called Iguana Colossus, and some Gigantoraptors with nests, but they weren't modded, they were just added to the game relatively recently. We were flying near a snowy mountain when a pair of ice wyverns appeared. We did a 180 and left the area immediately. We found a pack of theropods called Eocarchias, and another Alpha Paleorex that was feasting upon a group of Stegosauruses. We found a giant beaver and some giant beaver dams, and an Alpha Ornithochirus attacking, well, a lot of things.
Yo, that thing is twice as big as the normal Ornithochirus next to it.
Then we flew to the mountain base and moved a bunch of stuff to the new base. After that we found some crystal.
Obsidian? Anthracite? This crystal is a fake. Okay, there we go.
Using the crystal I made a spyglass. Now I could see the levels and genders of creatures from far away. I then made an Anki saddle and set off on a journey with my trikes and the Gandakasia to move everything else from the mountain base to the new one, as their carrying capacities were a lot better than Dorito the Pteranodons. On the way we got attacked by an Argentavis, who we easily killed. However, partway through the journey I decided to give up, because these guys were way slower than Dorito the Pteranodon. We started going back to base, but I chose to leave Tristan Tate Jr. where we were, because he was even slower than the other two. On the way, the Gandakaja decided to put its head in between Tristan Tate's legs, making him get permanently stuck in place.
Why won't you move?
I led the Gandakaja back to base on foot, and finally gave him a name.
Gandhi.
I didn't realize at the time that Gandakaja was the reason Tristan Tate got stuck. If I had known, I probably wouldn't have given him such a respectful name. I flew to the mountain base on Dorito and gave Dummy Thick her saddle. She was super slow, but at least she could harvest metal. We began transporting a bunch of materials to the new base, and also harvested metal on the way. Then we got attacked by an Ornithokairos. Once we got to the mainland, I spotted a carnivore that was blocking our path. Me and Dorito got close to it, to see if it was aggressive or not.
Oh no.
It made Dorito start bleeding, which drained a large chunk of her health. I healed her up and we engaged it in combat.
No, Obsidian Kissa. Good job, Dummy Thick. Epanterias.
Further down the line, we came across the Alpha Raptor once again. So Dorito and I lured it away. I then saw that an Allosaurus picked a fight with Tristan Tate Jr. Tristan had accidentally hit the Nothosaurus during the battle too, so now an entire army was after him. The Allosaurus had died, but there was way too many Nothosauruses for us to fight back. So I whistled him away for miles down the beach, until eventually the last Nothosaurus had given up on him. After that we flew to some supply drops, which had alright loot. Then we finished bringing Dummy Thick along with the materials to the new base. I began smelting all the metal that me and Dummy Thick had got. Me and Dorito brought down the Alpha Raptor, which turned out to be an Alpha Paleo ARK Raptor. From it we got some very good loot.
Oh, some good crossbows. A better pickaxe. Oh, and 7 levels for me.
I was now level 54, more than high enough level to learn how to make the flute, which I had forgotten could be learnt at level 40.
Wait, level 40? I thought I had to be level 50.
I made it and went and serenaded a yak with my fantastical musical talent. I named him Ratbird. I needed more keratin to make his saddle, again. So for now I flew to the mountain base, with all my flyers, to continue transporting my stuff. Then I tamed another Yark, who I named Ratbirdie. Me and 6-7 brought down a Gomphotherium, thinking it would give me keratin.
Pelt?
After that I just slaughtered a bunch of stuff.
Tech Gandakasia. Oh, yummy materials. Yo, this Elitosaurus has an RGB head. Huh, I got a chibi. Buddha. Oh, hello little Buddha.
I equipped the Rexbone helmet skin that I had gotten from defeating the Alpha Raptor.
Yeah.
Back at base I made a full set of flak armor.
No one can stop me now.
On day 7 I had finally gotten enough keratin to craft a Yark saddle.
What? Why are we jumping?
Not only could Ratbird fly, but he could also jump and run on the ground. His base flying speed was slower than Dorito's, but he had the ability to dive, which made him many times faster than Dorito. He also had a way higher carrying capacity than Dorito. I enabled mating on Ratbirdie and Ratbird to get a fertilized Yark egg. I hatched the egg with the warmth of some standing torches and claimed the newborn baby Yark. I gave her meat and named her Arcadian. I imprinted on her by feeding her an azul berry.
You have some weird cravings, Arcadian.
While she was maturing, I took Ratbird out for another spin.
Well, there's Yarks all the way up here?
We blew a Pteranodon, and then I realized that Ratbird's attacks inflicted a bleed upon its victims, due to his super long teeth that could penetrate deep within creatures' flesh and sever their arteries. Then in the distance, we saw that an Indominus Rex had spawned. A true apex predator.
Yeah, this whole area is no longer safe. Evacuate. Evacuate!
We did not evacuate. Instead we tested out Ratbird's dive bomb attack. I crafted a long neck rifle and Arcadian finished maturing. Now I had an even better Yark, due to imprinting on her, and if I lost her, I could just breed up more Yarks with my other two. So I equipped her with the saddle and went exploring once again.
Monolophosaurus. Whoa, this diving ability is insane. That is a gigantic horde of Angachurama. This biome is so red. Indoraptor. Crystal! Another Indominus Rex. And another one. Meraxes. That Kentrosaurus is massive. I think it's a greater Kentrosaurus. Oh, not bad, not bad. Pyroraptors, and a young Tyrannosaurus. A Torosaurus fighting a Kalenkan. Wait, no way, the Kalenkan won? Yo, that thing is massive. Paleodiamantinosaurus. A lighthouse. Nasutoceratops, and a dead Basilosaurus. Oh wow, it gives me good resources. Kaline soup and leech blood. Delicious. A Pinocosaurus. Yes, snuggle. Oh, it's so cute. Bison. Oh, I think these are Saltosauruses. Oh, Ceratosaurus attack. Don't mind if I do. Oh, look at this island. This is actually a nice island. I might have to make my permanent base here. Another lighthouse. Yo, what is that? Mapusaurus. And another Indom. More Eocarchius. Pyromane. This thing does not belong in ARK. What is this? This isn't even from a mod. This is just in the base game now. Oil! Well, what is that massive square on the ground? There's a face! In the wall. What is that? A Delta Dromius. This thing is weird looking. Crates. They give me stuff. I guess I'll use this one now, since it has full durability. Wooden shield. The swamp! Maybe we'll find Shrek here. Oh! Poison wyverns. Poison wyverns. Dinosaurs! 2 Dinosaurs. There's another lighthouse over there. That's 3 lighthouses.
As the sun set on day 8, we arrived back at base. At night, I grabbed a supply drop, harvested narco berries with Tristan Tate Jr., and made tons of narcotics. I went looking for some beaver dams to loot, and instead found a legacy Tyrannosaurus.
He looks sick.
As the sun rose on day 9, I found a beaver dam. I looted it for a lot of cementing paste, wood, and some rare flowers and mushrooms. With the cementing paste, I could now make a fabricator. Then I said hi to the local Yarks and resumed moving everything from the mountain base. While I was demolishing the thatched structures for resources, Arcadian got attacked by a saber-toothed tiger. I ran over to help her, but then she accidentally shoved me under the ground with her wing. I fell through the floor of the world and landed in an underground body of water. I swam up and then got teleported back to where I was before.
This game has so many glitches. Go away, Saber!
At long last, I finished moving my stuff and then started making gasoline in my forge by burning hide and oil together. While that stuff was burning, I harvested some obsidian.
This is like a plate of metal. A Tylosaurus. Lazarus chowder and some advanced bullets.
I decided to try and kill a Tyrannomimus for all the pain and suffering that had caused me in the past. Yeah, that's what you get. I claimed its child and would come back for it later if it managed to survive.
Look at that thing.
We then went to where my first base was and killed the same Tyrannomimuses that had inflicted so much harm upon me. Then we killed an Alpha Raptor, but we didn't get any good loot from it, besides a lot of XP.
Oh my goodness, the supply drop is amazing.
We went back to the Tyrannomimus I had claimed and gave it the berries we got from the Alpha Raptor, as he was about to starve to death. On the way back to base, we got a better look at the Indominus Rex that was nearby, and it had very beautiful colours. With the gasoline now created, I was able to power the fabricator and craft some polymer. Then I learned the engrams for the cryopod and cryofridge, and looked at the resources that I would need to craft them. I needed electronics. I had gotten some from the Tech Gandacasia on day 6, but not enough. And to make electronics, I needed silica pills. So we went and looted a bunch of beaver dams. I also harvested more obsidian, where we saw a beautiful Greater Kentrosaurus, and a weird jungle temple looking structure. I made the electronics and some more polymer, looted a supply drop, and headed to the green obelisk to craft a cryofridge and 2 cryopods. Back at base, I placed down the cryofridge, and made a generator to power it and the fabricator. With the cryopods, I was able to finally free Tristan Tate from his perpetual state of stuck. I mined more obsidian and cryopoded the Tyrannomimus and brought him back to base. I named him Burnt Chicken Nugget. I flew to the snow for some crystal and saw some Sidarosauruses.
You scared me, little Dimorph.
We saw a Mapusaurus in action and killed a Nothosaurus. They were weaker than I thought. I made more cryopods in the inventory of a supply drop. I cryopoded Dorito and Moldy Dorito, and then made a saddle for Burnt Chicken Nugget.
Oh, I sit on the side. The saddle actually looks so nice.
Burnt Chicken Nugget was fast, really good at harvesting berries, and had a variety of different moves. He was also good at harvesting thatch. I went to harvest more obsidian, but first I had to clear the area of all the threats.
Hello, little sailor. Here we go. You should be safe over here. Oh, you're so cute. Paleothalacolio. It looks sick. What is that bright light? Wait, the light's coming from that thing's eyes. What? That's crazy.
I mined more obsidian and got a better flak helmet from a supply drop, and some more good loot from another supply drop. On day 10, I crafted more polymer and mined some more crystal. Then I accidentally flew into a wyvern trench.
Oh, that's a lot of wyverns. That's a lot of wyverns.
After that near-death experience, I went around the map looting supply drops.
Oh, there's a seaport here. The supply drop went into the rock. Are you kidding me? There's a house here. Oh my goodness, look at this. It's so beautiful. Yeah, that's what you get. Ooh. I just hit the jackpot of crystal. There's obsidian here too. Awesome. Ooh, metal and a new metal hatchet.
When I went to drink some water, I saw that there was a Nothosaurus that was taming off of the electricity that my generator was producing. These oversized monitor lizards loved electricity, but they destroy entire generators during their taming process, which I didn't want to happen. Generators were kind of expensive for me to make right now. So I left the Nothosaurus at the bottom of the cliff and carried on with my day. And I had enough polymer to make Gandhi a saddle, which also acted as a smithy. His movement speed was alright, and he was fairly strong, but where he truly shined was in the water. In case you didn't know, this little Gandacasia is a relative of the modern day blue whale. So naturally, they were, like the blue whale, also good at swimming. We mined some oil rocks on the seafloor, then got attacked by an Ornithochirus while we were on the way home. After that, I made more cryopods, watched a fight between a Parasaur and a scorched Meraxes.
Meraxes hard.
And then cryopoded the Thylacoleo, who was now all grown up. Then I cryopoded all of my teams, except for Honkathon and Arcadian, and began transporting my belongings over to the island that I wanted to move to. On the way, we passed over some ice wyverns, touched the ceiling of the ARK, and saw a Quetzal. Once we arrived at the island, I had to decide where exactly I wanted to build my new home. I settled on this flat rocky platform by the water, and began construction. I moved in the first of my belongings, and cleared the surrounding shrubbery with Burnt Chicken Nugget.
I'm going to name you Tigress. Welcome to our new home, Gandhi.
I then flew back to my previous base to move more of my stuff over.
Ooh, ammo. A Brontosaurus saddle and 2 battle tartar. Now this is a nice sunset. There's a castle over here. An underwater house? Okay, this sunset is even nicer. I'll take that, and I'll take you. Okay, that's all we can carry for now. We're back. Here you go, Mr. Smithy. Cooking pot. Forge. What's that? A horned nurse shark. Yoink. Dummy thick.
While we were harvesting thatch with Burnt Chicken Nugget, we saw an alpha Narcitoceratops, who would attack us if it saw us herding any of its herbivorous neighbours.
These flowers are beautiful. Oh, hello, horned nurse shark.
I placed down the feeding trough and filled it with the berries me and Burnt Chicken Nugget had gathered. I harvested stone with Dummy Thick to build another stone foundation, and then had an incident at the Beaver Lake.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yes. That's it. All of you die now.
I finally finished taming the Pinacosaurus and named him Peanuts. I brought Peanuts to the new base, harvested a dead Bacillo, and repaired my flak armor as it had been heavily damaged by the giant beavers.
That Diamantinosaurus is sleeping. This biome is so orange, it's insane. Okay, that's good for now.
After moving more things over to the new base, I crafted Peanuts a saddle and tested him out. He was slow but strong, but for some reason he couldn't harvest stone. I think he was glitched.
You used to be able to harvest stone in Survival Evolved. What happened to you? Pinacosaurus fell off, man.
I also crafted Tigress a saddle and cleared out some nearby creatures. I closed out the day by building more of my new home. On day 12, we flew back to the old base, where we saw an Anga Churama. We had fun fighting it. And then I picked up my stone ramp trap. We picked up some more things and we headed back home. I used the stone ramp trap to further construct my new house, and got Ratbird out to help us with moving materials over. I made more progress on building, then got Ratbird and Ratbirdie to help us with moving. On day 13, I began building a greenhouse to grow crops in. Then I went to harvest tons of crystal, as greenhouses needed a lot of it. And I killed a parent Phiomia in order to steal its child. I named her Fart. I got pushed around by a super beautiful Paleostegosaurus. Fart had fully grown, so I equipped her with a saddle and moved her over next to the greenhouse. I wanted a Phiomia because I could force feed them stimberries to make them poop a lot. This would help with fertilizing the crops. I planted some vegetable and fruit seeds that I had found in bushes in the crop plots, and I went to explore a lighthouse.
Okay, here we go. There's nothing here. Well, at least it has a nice view.
After that, I went to harvest more crystal and hunt supply drops.
Now this is a nice sunset. 34 crystal and 156 oil. A Neovenator. Oh, some metal structures. Not bad. It's raining, which makes it so hard to see, but it also makes crystal really stand out. Silica pearls, angler gel, and a scuba mask. I'm stuck on the side of a mountain. Oh, thank you, Arcadian. 3 Enduro stew.
My crops were starting to grow, and so I killed a Paleo Rex in celebration. No, I'm just kidding. I wanted to tame a high level Rex, so in order to make room for one to spawn, I went and killed some low level ones. On day 14, I killed a Ceratosaurus who had a child. I claimed it and named her iCarly.
Bye bye, Rexy.
I also went killing low level Argentavises to get a high level one to spawn. Then I found a level 135 one. I knocked her out and gave her prime meat.
Kentucky Flying Chicken.
I made her a saddle and then picked up Dummy Thick, and we flew to the mountains to harvest metal. Near the end of the day, we came across an Alpha Paleo Rex. Me and Arcadian accepted the challenge.
The Pinnacosaurus is glowing. Oh, Arcadian's bleed took it out. 92 prime meat, 6 levels, 2 levels, and a Mastercraft hatchet.
Then we fought a Pyroraptor. On day 15, I harvested a ton of crystal with Dummy Thick, and she was way more efficient than my pickaxe. I finished building the greenhouse and lured the Alpha Narcotops away from my base, as it was very dangerous. I made iCarly a saddle and tested her out. She wasn't a modded dinosaur, but she was added relatively recently to the game, and I had never tamed one before. She could 180, 360, roar, run super fast, and heal off of enemies.
Whoa, we're destroying the rocks. Whoa! She uses her feet to break. That's funny.
After that, I used Tigress to clear out some of the surrounding wildlife, during which I got my bones broken by a Pinnacosaurus for an entire real-life hour, and I claimed a baby Saltosaurus. Afterwards, I started taming a breeding pair of Brontosauruses in order to get extra large dino eggs that I needed to make exceptional kibble, the preferred kibble of Rexes. I made the Saltosaurus a saddle and took her for a ride. She was pretty fast for a sauropod, and was very tanky for her size. I named her Sigma Sigma on the wall. The male Bronto had finished taming, and I tried to feed the sleeping Diamantinosaurus to tame it, but my measure berries weren't good enough for her. Then I lured a supply drop for a better pike. I named the Bronto Bruh and made him a saddle, forgetting that I had already gotten one before from a supply drop. Then I demolished the metal structures that I had gotten from that one supply drop for the resources. On day 16, my crops were now growing well, and I used 78 of the potatoes to speed up the female Bronto's taming process. I then got good Anki and Doedicurus saddles from a supply drop, and saw a Spinosaur called a Cymalsaurus. I gave Dummy Thick the better saddle and then went supply drop hunting.
Albertosaurus. 4 metal ceilings. What are those giant things? Cryodracon. This thing is huge. Wait, it's after me. You might be big, but you're still no match for the mighty Arcadian. What? Griffin Explorer note? Why am I getting this? Hey Connor, that's my meal. Oh great, Pegos. Oh my goodness, there's a griffin. Die a bit! Okay, I'm just gonna leave.
I killed another Cryodracon because I had a chance of dropping an item called the Gem of the Northern King, which was required to tame another Cryodracon. I followed its body to the ground, where I found some Iguana Colossus. I killed the grown-ups and claimed one of the children. I put her in a cryopod and resumed Cryodracon hunting.
No gem again.
I found some Kairuku that were being eaten by a lot of things, including a small dinosaur called a Dilong. I saw a cool looking young Schwanosaurus, killed a bunch of Kairuku for their organic polymer, and flew back to base. On the way, I finally found a high level Paleorex, who I was definitely going to try to tame. Back at base, I got the Iguana Colossus out of its cryopod and made a refrigerator to keep my perishables from spoiling, and an air conditioner to help with hatching eggs in the future. The female Bronto had finished taming. I named her Brrr. I went to knock out the Rex, only to find out that it was no longer a knockout team.
Wait, there aren't knockout teams anymore? Are you kidding me?
I made the Iguana Colossus a saddle and took her for a ride. She could harvest rocks with her massive thumb spikes, and could gather fiber. She was also pretty fast. After that, I bred up the Brontos for a fertilized Bronto egg, and named the Iguana Colossus Whoa There Big Mama. I went back to the Rex and placed metal billboards around him, to keep him in place to make him easier to tame after he woke up. On day 17, I found a secret cave hidden behind a waterfall. There was a little magical creature here called a spring drakeling. It wasn't modded, just new to the game. There was also some crystal in here. I mined it and then made 2 more air conditioners. Then I went supply drop hunting and got a water jar and an ascendant pair of flak boots. I mined some more crystal and then saw a greater Uteranus that was near a supply drop that I wanted to get.
Yeah, let's just leave this one.
I saw a strange looking dinosaur called a Lithranax. I harvested stone with Whoa There Big Bummer and found a wild Bronto egg. I then built more of my house.
And we now have light. Air conditioner number 4.
With 4 air conditioners, I could now hatch the Bronto egg. While I was hatching, I got Bra and Brr to mate again for another fertilized Bronto egg.
There we go. The roof is now complete. That looks good. Hey, what are you doing here, baby trike?
A baby Triceratops decided to get in the way of my Bronto hatching, so I started clearing out the nearby trikes so that I could safely dispatch of the baby one. A Narcotoceratops joined the battle and started impaling Tigress. She was completely paralyzed, so I got off her to take care of the Narcotoceratops myself, but then another Narcotoceratops appeared. I ran to get Whoa There Big Mama to help ward them off. With the Narcotoceratops defeated, I claimed one of their babies and was able to finally take care of the baby trike that had invaded my home. I named the baby Narcotoceratops Naughty Nata and finished hatching the Bronto egg. I named her Golok the Destroyer. On day 18, I crafted Naughty Nata a saddle and took him for a ride. He was fast and could break through rocks like iCarly. He could headbutt, stomp, and bellow, which could intimidate other creatures. He cut deep with his headbutt attack, inflicting a powerful bleed effect, and he could harvest meat and hide. Then I made Rat Birdie and Rat Bird saddles, and sat them on top of my house with Kentucky Flying Chicken. Golok the Destroyer was now fully grown, so I got her to mate with Bra for another fertilized Bronto egg. Next I cooked up some Furcal chili in my cooking pot, which I used together with the wild Bronto egg that I had gotten, to cook up some exceptional kibble. I then made a bunch of grenades, that I would later use to tame the Marpusaurus, that I had first seen back on day 8. I then went to find some obsidian to make a magnifying glass, when I saw that the Rex that I had knocked out had despawned, which was very unfortunate. I found out later that this was because he had been in a location different from his spawn location for too long, which was entirely my fault. I also saw a Paleocarcharodontosaurus, a powerful apex predator, and then I saw a Paleogigantosaurus, an even more powerful apex predator.
Ooh, some fur clothing. Let's go.
I found some obsidian and then crafted the magnifying glass. Now I could see the health and torpor levels of wild creatures. I made a large bear trap, picked up my metal billboards, and built a trap for the Marpusaurus. I loaded a supply drop for another good Doedicurus saddle, and then got the Marpusaurus to chase after me. I lured it into the trap and placed more metal billboards behind it to trap it in. The Marpusaurus was too strong for regular tranquilizers like trank arrows. Instead, I needed to use grenades and wired explosives to increase its stupidity. I ran out of explosives for now, so I went hunting for supply drops to hopefully get more. or at least get the resources to make more. While doing that, I found a very beautiful cave, but I didn't have any valuable resources from what I could see. Maybe there was some under the water though.
This stuff is trash.
I found Bigfoot, the Gigantopithecus. We killed it so I could claim its child. I named her Kissy Wissy, and she was very good at gathering fiber, which is why I tamed her. I returned to blasting the Marpusaurus with explosives the next day. I ran out of explosives again, so I went hunting supply drops and got some metal kaboo and a water canteen.
Die, Kalenkin. This is what I killed the Kalenkin for. I'm not even gonna take it. Scuba leggings and metal structures. Let's go.
We also went back to the old base to grab some more resources, and mined crystal on the way back home, and saw a Paleomeraxes, an epic looking Greater Uteranus, and a group of Edmontosauruses, but these ones look different from the one I saw on day 4.
A Mastercraft sickle and a Journeyman fur cap. Hello again, Marpusaurus. We're so close to knocking him out. This should be the final one. Yes, there we go.
I gave him meat, and while waiting for him to tame, we caught an entire pack of Eocarchias, just so that I could claim one baby. I named him Mac and Cheese. The metal billboards were damaged from the explosives, preventing me from picking them back up, so I demolished them instead to get some resources back. On day 20, the Marpusaurus finished taming, and I named him Google Maps. I made him a saddle and tested out his combat capabilities. He was a frenzy-based killer, his power growing with every bite, indicated by his rage meter on the right of my screen. When his rage meter maxed out, he received a blood rush effect, which granted him a boost to his movement speed. However, there was also a chance that he would fall into an attack frenzy, throwing me off and attacking everything around him, including me and allied creatures. He could charge like a trike, stunning and doing huge damage to creatures that he rammed into, and receiving a health regeneration buff. He had a tailspin attack that sent creatures flying, and he could be leveled up to have increased harvest efficiency for specific types of meats. I also claimed 2 baby Narcotoceratops while testing him out. Then I made Mac and Cheese a saddle and tested him out. He passively produced a variety of different rare mushrooms in his inventory, where I could also craft a variety of different mushroom stews that granted buffs to whoever ate them, whether human or creature. I could also equip him with extra armor, and he had multiple different moves. After that, I named my 2 new Narcotoceratops Naughty Nana and Naughty Banana. Bro laid an egg that I picked up, and then I went out to tame myself a new flyer, the Ornithochirus. I found a high level male pretty quickly, as there were lots of Ornithochiruses on Ragnarok, and knocked him out. I gave him prime meat, he tamed, and I named him Batman. I had him follow us back to base, but he was a lot slower than Arcadian when he didn't have a rider. So I put him in a cryopod and continued on the journey home. On the way, I looted a drop that had toilets in it.
Toilets!
I placed down one of the toilets, and while I was trying to poop, I accidentally pressed the wrong button, and whistled all my creatures too aggressive.
Oh no, they're going everywhere. Oh no.
After lining up my creatures nicely again, I made Batman a saddle, and took him for a test flight. He was slower than Arcadian, until he flew near the water. This gave him a buff called Wave Rider, that greatly increased his movement speed, making him way faster than Arcadian. He was also bigger, stronger, and had a higher carrying capacity, and could swim. On day 21, me and Batman went to tame another Ornithochirus. We found a high level female, forcibly put her to sleep, and gave her some munchies.
I will name you Catwoman Baddie.
I got Batman and Catwoman to mate, giving me a fertilized Ornithochirus egg. I hatched it and named the baby Junie. Once he was all grown up, I gave him his father's saddle. He would be my main mount from now on. After that, I killed a Bronto with Google Maps to claim its child, for more Bronto eggs.
Gale.
Then I killed a bunch of things with Junie to level him up, and went hunting Cryodracons.
I got it! The gem of the Northern King.
Now that I had the gem, I could tame myself one of these flying behemoths. I injured one until it created a cloud of icy mist around it, indicating it was no longer immune to torpor-inducing attacks. I pummeled it with tranks until it fell unconscious, put the gem of the Northern King in its inventory, and it tamed. I put him in a cryopod and then stole a nearby ice wyvern egg. The ice wyverns had 0 chance of catching Junie. He was way too fast for them. Back at base, I crafted the Cryodracon a saddle and tested him out.
Oh, he needs to get a running start to fly.
He was pretty slow, but could still dive. He could pick up smaller creatures in his beak and devour them whole, giving him a health regen buff and charging his ice meter.
Do you have any games on your phone?
He could grab larger creatures in his beak too, but he couldn't devour them whole, and didn't get any buffs from killing them. Using his ice meter, he could use a multitude of icy abilities. He could manifest sharp icicles, conjure up boulders made of ice, and create a blizzard of icy mist around him. He wasn't the strongest, but he did have a lot of health, and was tall. Super tall. Even taller than my Brontos. So I named him LeBron James. I also found out that Junie could fly side to side, like a Tapehiara. The agility that Junie had was insane. On day 22, I tried hatching the ice wyvern egg, but it was too cold, even with 4 air conditioners. Then we got attacked by a Valabo Venatrix. I constructed a preserving bin to make jerky, and help with preserving things because my fridge was getting full. After that, I went to the Paleo Giga and Paleo Kaka to try to see how much health they had.
91,000 health? Oh no. $71,000 health.
I couldn't tame the Giga as there were no longer knockout teams, so I decided to try to tame the Kaka. So I massacred a family of nearby tracks and hand-fed one of the baby tracks to the Kaka.
There you go. Wait, why are you attacking me? Wait, why are you attacking me? I just fed you.
After almost dying and almost losing Junie to the Kaka, I went back to base to repair my armor, and then came back to feed it the other baby track. It turned out I didn't need to hand feed it the track, I just had to drop it near it. Back at base, I bred my Brontos to get 3 more fertilized Bronto eggs. Then I headed out to tame a Quetzal, and found some simple rifle ammo in the drop. I found a Quetzal and knocked it out. While I was taming, I found a spinny tree, and a whole bunch of good loot in a drop.
Mastercraft fur boots, shotgun ammo, and more simple rifle ammo.
I had to go back to base to get narcotics to keep the Quetzal asleep. She tamed at the end of the day, and I named her Sage. On day 23, I got a Mastercraft pike from a drop, and hatched one of the Bronto eggs near the Kaka. I murked the baby Bronto and brought it near the Kaka. After it ate it, it now trusted me enough to let me mount it, but it wasn't tamed yet. Now I had to kill a bunch of creatures with it, to prove to it that I was worthy of being its master. I didn't know at the time that it lost taming effectiveness when I let it get injured, so unfortunately, its taming effectiveness plummeted a lot. I also almost accidentally got it killed by drowning it in water. Then its blood rage stacks reached their max, and it kicked me off. I tamed it all I could for now, and would have to finish taming it later. I came back later, hatched, killed, and fed it another baby Bronto, for it to allow me to get back on it, and then finish taming it. I brought it back to base, and then placed down a bunch of standing torches, and started hatching the Ice Wyvern egg. I named the Kaka Bapex Wedgens Uwu, and she was now my largest and strongest tame. The baby Ice Wyvern hatched, and I put it in a cryopod, because I wouldn't be able to imprint on it unless I had milk. So I went to steal some baby bison, and the baby's mother attacked me before I even did anything. It dismounted me from Junie and started harassing me along with another bison.
Ah, get off me! Get off me! Come on, Junie. Uh-oh. Oh no. Down both sides of the rock, are you kidding me? Come on, Junie. Thank you.
I killed the 2 bison.
No! Not again. I killed it by stabbing it in the butt.
And claimed the baby. I named him Mike Tyson the Mike Bison and made him a saddle. Since the bison were surprisingly very strong and very dangerous, I took Google Maps to help me steal another one. I named her Carly Rae Jepsen and got her to mate with Mike Tyson. Since they were mammals and not dinosaurs, instead of Carly Rae Jepsen laying an egg, she became pregnant and then gave birth.
Triplets?
I named the baby bison Guy Sebastian, Big Justice, and Hawk Tuagil. Since Carly Rae Jepsen had just given birth, I was able to milk her for some bison milk. It was meant for her children, but I used it to imprint on the Ice Wyvern instead, who I had named Nah That's Cold. Unfortunately, the milk only gave 50% imprinting, and I couldn't be bothered cryopotting the wyvern again, and having to wait almost 3 hours until I could breed the bison again. While Now That's Cold was growing up, I bred some more Bronto eggs, to later use to cook up more exceptional kibble. On day 24, Now That's Cold finished maturing, and I was able to ride him. He was pretty fast, strong, had a powerful ice breath attack, could pick up creatures, harvest thatch and wood, and he was so cold that his inventory acted as a fridge. Afterwards, I headed out on Junie to tame a Valabo Venatrix. On the way, we explored the sand dunes biome, where we saw Draco Venators, and Alpha Draco Venator, Alpha Paraxinosauruses, regular Paraxinosauruses, and Oronosauruses. We found a good level Valabo Venatrix and I started knocking it out, but then it got into a fight with a Tylosaurus.
Whoa, the Tylosaurus is dancing. Look at it go.
I decided to try to tame the Tylosaurus instead.
I killed the Valabo.
But then I ran out of tranks. While I was on the way back with more tranks, I found a max level Paleorex.
I am definitely coming back to tame you.
I couldn't find the Tylosaurus, so I found another good level Valabo and started tranking it.
Good night.
While it was taming, I found the Tylosaurus from before.
Wow, now I find you. What? Your top was trained all the way?
On day 25, I killed the Alpha Ornithocharis that I saw on day 6.
9 levels.
The Valabo finished taming, and I named him Harbour, and I was able to tell him to sit. I brought him home, and then we went to tame the Rex. And I found an Ascendant Pike on the way, and murdered a herd of Edmontosauruses to claim one of their babies. I couldn't find the Rex at first, but then found her on the side of a cliff. I lured her to the ground and then cleared out a nearby Kalenken, Argentavis, and pack of Allosauruses, as they would get in the way of the taming. Taming a Paleorex was similar to taming a Kaka. I hatched a baby Bronto that I had brought with me, and fed it to the Rex to gain its trust. But it wasn't enough, so I went looking for another creature that I could feed to it. I found a baby Gigantoraptor, murked it, and brought it to the Rex. It now showed a trust meter icon. This meant it was at the next stage of taming, but I didn't know that, so I killed a Gomphotherium and tried to feed it to it. It approached me and then I saw that I could pet it, which increased its trust progress. This phase of the taming process involved the Rex coming to me for pats or for food, where it would want either raw meat, prime meat, mutton, or exceptional kibble, and I would feed it out of my inventory. On day 26, it approached me again for another pat, and I was now in the third and final phase of the taming process. Get on the Rex and kill everything in sight.
Oh no. Oh no. Wait, they ran away. I must have lost the Rex already and I haven't even tamed it yet. Oh no, get away from me. Yeah, that's what I thought. They knocked the tree over.
I avoided messing with the Eocarchias, and finished the taming by killing weaker things.
There we go, we did it. Gangster's paradise.
I didn't have any more cryopods on me, so I returned to base for now, where I showed the Edmontosaurus to its new home. I now had enough metal to craft Bapex Legends Uwu her saddle.
I can finally ride you again.
After that, I made the Edmontosaurus a saddle, and tested it out.
Okay, we have a bite. Oh, and we can harvest fiber, that's good. A stomp. We can harvest thatch and wood, but not rocks. A back kick. And a call. I will call you Burrito, because you look like a burrito.
After that, I went back to Gangster's Paradise, and brought her back to base. On the way back, we saw a Spinosaurus, and a weird creature called an Aerosteon, and some massive dinosaur bones.
What possibly could have been this big?
I made Gangster's Paradise a saddle and saw what she could do.
Raw? That's sick. Oh, she can turn on the spot. That's amazing. Okay, she's smaller than Bapex Legends in Google Maps. Yeah. Oh wow, she's pretty strong. Oh, we grabbed it. Oh! Oh! Ravenous. A tail swipe. Oh, a big stomp. This mobility is sick.
After that, I swapped out my flak leggings and helmet for scuba leggings and a fur cap that I had got from drops, and equipped the tricobone helmet skin that I had got from defeating the Alpha Rex. Then I made Harbour a saddle and myself a scuba tank and flippers. I equipped a full suit of scuba, and me and Harbour set off to explore the ocean. He had a much wider field of view than Gandhi did. He could shoot himself through the water. And he was strong enough to kill Megalodon with little difficulty. He also just overall handled better than Gandhi underwater. We swam to the deep ocean, where we killed an anglerfish and an Electrophorus electric eel, but then started getting swarmed by enemies, so we swam away. During our escape, we saw a Paleomersosaurus near the bottom of the ocean. On day 27, we went back to base to repair my scuba tank, as they lost durability as you used them, which was very annoying. I also made Harbour a pair of Valabo gauntlets out of the Megalodon teeth we had gotten, which increased the power of his claw attacks. We tested them out against the Bronto, and then swam back into the ocean, where we could now kill Megalodon super easily. Later we returned back to base, and I was surprised to find 2 new unclaimed bison. Turns out I had accidentally left Mike Tyson and Kylie Rae Jepsen on mating, and they had 2 more babies. I claimed them and then used the Megalodon teeth we had just gotten to craft Harbour a Valabo muzzle, which increased the power of his bite attacks. We tested them out against the poor saber, and then returned to our aquatic explorations. We found some oil rocks that I harvested, and a giant shelled squid called a Baculites.
Oh, I can ride it. Interesting.
We found trilobites that we killed for the amazing resources, and picked a fight with a Tylosaurus. We found some fish called Luala Bea, and I harvested some silica pearls by hand. On the way back home, we bumped into a Valabo with beautiful colours. After that, I took Gnar that's cold and dummy thick to harvest metal. While it was smelting, I named the new bison Rihanna and Lady Gaga. Then I took the simple rifle ammo that I got from supply drops and used them to craft tranquilizer darts. On day 28, I went to the snow to steal 2 child Kairuku. I found a rifle scope in a supply drop, then placed 2 additional forges to smelt metal faster. I named the female Kairuku CCCCCCCC, found a wall map and ascendant cloth pants in a supply drop. Flew past a ruined castle full of giant bats, and locked out on Junie, getting the endurance buff. A very rare buff that Ornithokairuses could get, and they dropped below 20% stamina, recharging their stamina back to 50%. I hung up the wall map to decorate my house and named the male Kairuku Sleepy K. Then I used the silica pills that I got from the ocean floor with Harbour to make a platform saddle for Sage the Quetzal. I built a smelting station on the platform and took Sage and Dummy Thick to get some metal. Back at home I started breeding my Kairuku to get more Kairuku. And I went out and tamed a Pelagornis, as they are very good at harvesting Kairuku for their organic polymer.
Cardo avocado.
On day 29 I harvested more metal and got a ramshackle flak chest piece from the drop, and some bug repellent and a Mastercraft Pteranodon saddle from another one. We found a mystical looking cave and got a painting canvas and a clay pot from more drops. Then we came across a couple of terror birds trying to eat a group of Doedicurus, which included a baby Doedicurus. We killed the terror birds and hit the adult Doedicurus until they curled up into balls.
I still can't claim you? Your parent has curled up into a ball and you still choose to stay with them. Your parent has betrayed you. You are too loyal.
Then found some energy brew and a desert cloth shirt in drops. I was approached by some Veil Winds, not modded creatures, while I was stealing another Ice Wyvern egg. I realized the insane size difference between Junie and Sage while retrieving metal, and I decorated my base with the new items that I got from the drops.
Oh wow, that looks really good actually.
On day 30 I harvested more metal again and found some rare flowers just lying around on their own. Then I went drop hunting. The best things that I got were organic polymer, a ramshackle flak helmet, a metal lamppost, 3 shadow steak saute, a pair of Mastercraft fur leggings, and a pair of ghillie pants. Hatched Kairuku twins, saw some deathworms and a titanosaur in the sand dunes. And a lot of scorched Edmontosauruses.
Oh, cactus broth, and Monjuristru, and mirror, ramshackle fur cap, and 4 fryer curry.
I went back to the old base and was able to finally finish moving all of my stuff, thanks to Junie's very high carrying capacity. Then we went to the swamp and saw a Suchomimus, and some little amphibians called Ichthyostegus. We were watching them group together to defeat a Caprosuchus, when it somehow decided to lunge at me.
Oh my goodness, bro. How'd even go for me then?
The Ichthyostegus ran to eat the dead Capro. Then I saw that I could passively feed them to tame them. We got attacked by some Mega Neuro dragonflies, and then I started taming the nicest looking Ichthyostega. I finished taming him and put him in a cryopod.
Oh, this area looks super nice. That's a whole lot of beef jerky.
Back at home, I named the Ichthyostega Florida lizard man and put him on my shoulder. He gave me an insulation buff that helped to protect me against harsh temperatures.
You're my friend now. Sorry, Snickers.
Too Loyal had finished growing up, so I gave him the journeyman saddle and took him for a ride.
Whee! Oh yeah, now we finally have a team that can harvest stone well.
I improved my home some more and tested out the mirror.
Well, hello, you sexy beast. Oh, I'm gonna demolish you for the resources. Sorry.
I spent all of day 31 harvesting tons of metal in the volcano biome with woe there Big Mum. And she almost died from the constant bombardment of ornithochiruses.
Oh no, there's another one. There's another one? Oh man, we are so close to dying.
On day 32 I hatched a bunch of Kairuku and then tamed a male Paleorex, except this one was in the legacy variant.
Hey there, big guy. You wanna eat this? There we go. It's a baby too. Oh, so cute. Oh my goodness, that roar is sick. It looks so awesome too. Pet. Pet again. Another pet. Okay, I can get on now. Come on. Nope, that's a rock. There we go. Let's just name you Legacy. Seems fitting.
Unfortunately, since he was a legacy Paleorex, I couldn't breed him with Gangster's Paradise. So I'd have to tame another male Paleorex to be her mating partner. On day 33 I unclaimed and slaughtered a bunch of the Kairuku that I had bred up, Nikado Avocado, to get organic polymer. After that I found and tamed up another male Paleorex.
I've come bearing food. Hi. There you go. Wow, this looks so epic. Wow. Pet. And pet. And pet. Let's go. Nice. Under a vulture. Get him! Yeah, get him! Hey. That took way too long.
Back at home I named him Brimstone and began breeding my Paleorex army.
Aw, baby raw. So cute.
On day 34 I went drop hunting once again.
That's an antidote. Nice. Ramshackle scuba tank. Let's go.
Then I massacred wild Kairuku for polymer. On the way back home I realized something.
I can't be bothered getting that job with Mantis there. Wait, can't I get organic polymer from Mantis? Wait. Oh my goodness. I give so much organic polymer, are you kidding me? I've been killing and breeding Kairuku this whole time. Oh my goodness.
And I had enough polymer and metal ingots to construct an industrial forge. I started making a platform for it at the back of my base. I went to get some resources that I had left in the volcano biome when I was harvesting with Big Mama, when I found something very strange.
It's a baby alpha Narcitoceratops. How is this even possible? Can I claim it? Okay, I can't. Oh, I'd only give a trophy. 9 levels though, that's good.
I harvested a bunch of stone with Too Loyal to finish building the platform and placed down the forge. Now I could smelt metal way easier. Added stone railings for decoration and then went drop hunting.
Oh, scissors. And soap.
I continued job hunting on day 35, finding a Mastercraft crossbow.
Yes! That's good. That's very good. Bro, there's a whole city here.
And I harvested a bunch of crystal, and went to get silica pearls with Harbour. We challenged a pelagic Adestus on the way. It inflicted a bleed effect on Harbour, which is pretty powerful.
Yay, silica pearls. Jellyfish! Yes! Finally have biotoxin. Oh, there's a Mosa right there.
I decided to try to battle the Mosa.
Oh wow, that was easy. I bet it's just too strong. More silica pearls, let's go. What? Why am I getting fiber? I don't want that. Yes, silica pearls. Let's go. Alpha Megalodon. Die! Yeah, that's right. Harbour is the true alpha. Oh, more jellyfish. And a giant sea turtle.
These giant sea turtles used to be modded, but they were now added to the base game.
A Hyneria. Why does it look so cute? Ah, Valabo. Ouch. Let him show off his abilities. Yeah, I can do that too, but I don't want to waste my biotoxin and angler gel for it. Yeah, get out of here. Hello, Mr. Hyneria. Oh, it shot a poisonous ball at us. What? Harbour's stunned. Oh no, now I'm losing health. I'm gaining torpidity. Here we go. Thank you, Harbour. Oh, prime fish meat. Hello, Delta Dromius. Oh, it didn't give me anything special. Give me keratin though, somehow.
On day 36, I returned home and made an industrial grill. I used it to cook calamari and the prime fish meat.
Whoa, look at it go. Cooks so fast.
Then I crafted tons of electronics with all the silica pills I had gotten, because I wanted to make a chemistry bench, but I needed more oil. I headed back to the ocean and got some. On the way home, I tested out Harbour's blue fire breath ability, as I now had enough spare angler gel.
Burn, Megalodon. Burn.
Back at home, I made Junie an advanced Ornithochirus saddle, provided him with extra armor, and increased his mobility underwater, but decreased his flying speed by quite a lot. The saddle also massively slowed down my oxygen consumption. But Junior was still slower than Harbour, and was incredibly slow in deeper underwater, so I stuck to using Harbour as my main underwater mount. On day 37, I saw a giant, spiky, parasol-looking dinosaur getting attacked by an Angachurama.
Magnapolia. That's cool.
Then I tamed a male iguana colossus by passively feeding it the exceptional kibble that I made for the Rexes, who ended up never wanting it. Back at home, I named him Vito and bred him with Big Mama. Hatched the baby and named her Sky. Then I bred Sky with Vito since she was a higher level than Big Mama, and we got twins. I named them Zach and Cody. I imprinted on them, and I now had a pair of stronger iguana colossi. I transported Zach to the volcano biome with the help of Sage and with Junie following us. We arrived and began harvesting lots of obsidian, metal, and crystal. Back at home, I used the obsidian to craft lots of polymer, which I used to make an industrial cooker. I could now cook food a lot faster and a lot easier. I used it to cook up a mind wipe tonic. I drank it up, resetting all of my levels and engrams, so that I could allocate all of my levels into health and weight only, as I no longer had the need for fortitude, thanks to the incredible Florida Lizard Man. Then I made some cyan coloring, which I used with my scissors to dye my mohawk and facial hair cyan. Usually I dye my hair red, but in celebration of my first ARK Ascended 100 days, I dyed it the color of Ascension. On day 38, me and Zach harvested tons more obsidian. I turned the obsidian into polymer, which I could use to now make the chemistry bench. It was like a mortar and pestle, only it could craft items both faster and more efficiently, saving on resources. Then I flew to the red obelisk and crafted 17 more cryopods. I cryopoded most of my teams as my base was getting pretty crowded. On day 39, me and Junie went obelisk squid hunting. One of the squids was so big that we got 184 oil from it. I used the oil along with some other resources to craft 11 more cryopods and resumed cryopoding my teams. Went back again with more resources and crafted another 16. After some more cryopoding, I found a Stegosaurus in my house. I tried to get rid of it, but during the fight it destroyed a lot of my structures.
Oh man, now I'm going to have to replace all of this. I'm gonna put the gate back on because these other creatures keep coming into my house. Yeah, that looks good.
After I had fixed the damage that had been done by that invasive Stego squatter, I went farming organic polymer from Mantis with Google Maps. But when we were fighting a lot of creatures at once, Google Maps went full rage mode, booting me off him, chasing me down, breaking almost all of my armor, and almost killing me.
Bad boy. Bad boy. Bad Google Maps.
The deathly glow disappeared from his eyes, indicating that he had calmed down and I could get back on him. Then we got attacked by another pyromane.
When will it ever end?
Back at home, I made an engineering station. a special crafting station where I could make genetic engineering structures that would help me create my own Indominus Rex and Indoraptors. I only had enough materials to make the GMH incubator for now. On day 40, I made and placed down an elevator track that I could place and demolish the elevator platforms I had been getting from drops.
Wow, now that's a lot of metal.
I could now make the DNA sequencer. Then I tamed a horned nurse shark by passively feeding it meat.
Okay, here's your saddle. Let's see what you got. Okay, so you swim along the sea floor. Oh wow, now you're super fast. Oh, you're really fast. Okay, but you lose stamina if you're not down on the floor. Let's test your strength. Okay, you're not that strong. What about right click? A little dance? Oh, and it provided a healing buff. Let's see if it goes to other creatures as well. It does! Let's go, that's epic. You are amazing. I will name you Bay.
After that I headed to the snow to tame a greater Uteranus. I started knocking it out but then stopped to kill a nearby Albertosaurus as it could have been a threat. But then the UT fear roared at us, catching the Albertosaurus in the crossfire. The Albertosaurus was a much higher level than the UT, so it was very powerful. It was a super close battle, but thankfully the UT won. It healed from eating the Alberto's corpse and I finished knocking it out. I killed the nearby Paleomeraxes as it would be dangerous to get off to feed the UT with it there. I then killed a baby Edmontosaurus and fed its prime meat to the UT. While it was taming, I went and tamed a female raptor. I named her 69. On day 41, the greater Uteranus finished taming. Because of her amazing display of combat skills against the Albertosaurus, I named her Fighter. I made her a saddle and my Rex army was now complete. Fighter wasn't any stronger than a normal Uteranus, just bigger, looked cooler, and had new sounding roars. I went and killed a ton of creatures with my new Rexes to get them XP for 3 whole days. Also killing a Lithornax that had a baby.
Oh, you are ugly.
I continued grinding for some more XP, and then we challenged an Indoraptor to a fight to the death.
Oh, that was quick.
We killed it immediately, and I got 2 Indoraptor teeth that I could use to create my own Indoraptor. After that we challenged an Alpha Narcitoceratops, an adult one this time.
Come on guys. Yeah, get it. Why is everyone stuck over there? Come on. Oh, they killed it. They killed it. It was KO, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. 22 levels? That is good.
Then we took on a true challenge, an Indominus Rex.
Go get it, guys. Attack! Attack! Get it! Kill it! Destroy it! Kill it! Come on guys, you can do it! Oh no, they're getting bloody. It's getting bloody too though. Bro, this thing is as strong as a Giga. Yes! Good job, Gecko. Good job, guys. Oh my goodness, you are so close to dying. 9 levels. Wait, where's the stuff? Okay, good, I left the bag. Here we go. 2 Indominus Rex ribs.
Back at home, I named the Lithornax Ugly and then crafted a note. I placed the note in my cooking pot and used it to make a recipe.
Macca's. Make recipe. Oh my goodness. 806 food at 363 health. Okay, that is too much. I need to put less ingredients in this thing.
On day 44, I kept experimenting with recipes until I came across the perfect one.
Okay, so 80 cooked meat seems perfect.
I made the recipe again to make it look nice and to give it a title and description.
I will name it ARK Burger, after my ARK character's name. And the description can say, good eaten. There we go, the Krabby Patty formula is now complete.
Then I made a recipe with as much meat as I could cram into, calling it the ARK Health Burger.
276 health. Nice.
Then I cooked up a bunch of ARK burgers and I now had the perfect food. Whenever I was starving, I could just eat one of them and they would fill me all the way up. They also fit way more food in each stack and had way longer spoil times. After that, I started breeding 6, 7 and 69 to get a fertilized raptor egg, then cooked up an ARK Health Burger for 400 cooked meat. Then I tried taking Harbour and Bay to get some silica pearls, because apparently Bay had a 3 times harvest multiplier for them, but she got attacked by some wild horned nurse sharks on the way, and died. I waited for the last shark standing to stop attacking us, as it was a really high level. It would be a good team. But then it got itself stuck in between Harbor's legs, and neither of them could move. There was no way I was going to let Harbor die, so we had to kill it. After that we ventured into the deep ocean, where I looted a red deep sea supply crate to get
a blueprint for a ramshackle megalosaurus saddle. Are you kidding me?
Later I found some black pearls that I could gather, and then I found a level 140 Paleomersosaurus. I shot a tranq arrow into it, and it chased us all the way up to the surface of the ocean. I resumed shooting it with tranq safely from land as it swam around. It was very hard to miss, as it was so insanely massive. I got it knocked out, killed some Deltadromeus and obelisk squids, and fed their meats to the Mosa. After a while it finished taming, and I named it Iso. Then I got some silica pearls and saw a Tusoteuthis very close to the surface.
Why is it just lying there? Is it stuck?
On day 45 I crafted Iso a saddle.
This saddle looks sick. What's that buff? Oceanic Apex. I have no idea what that does. Okay, we're pretty fast. Let's test out this tail swipe attack. Whoa, they went flying. Okay, we can switch between surface swimming and free swimming. We are very strong. Oh, we can hiss. We're immune to shocks too, that's good. Let's fight Alpha Megalodon. We can swim backwards fast too, that's handy. There we go, we got it. 27 levels? That's insane. And it gave us a journeyman crossbow, not bad. We can crawl onto land? Oh, our torpor is going up. Can we attack while we're on land? Oh my goodness, we can.
After that me and Junie went drop hunting.
Oh, tons of sap and focal chili.
I harvested some crystal.
A tree sap tap. There's an Alpha Rex. Desert goggles. And hat. Giant crystals.
Back at home I made a DNA synthesizer, a DNA extractor, and 30 power cells. I put an Indominus Rex rib in the extractor and turned it on with the power cells. A few moments later, the rib had been turned into 5 Indominus Rex Petri dishes. I put the Petri dishes in the DNA synthesizer and saw that I needed 15 more to make a pure Indominus Rex DNA vial, and I only had one more rib, which meant I would have to kill another Indominus Rex. On day 46, I got a ghillie shirt from a drop, and then attempted to bring down another Indominus Rex.
It's fighting a stego. Okay, I killed it. Get your bum over here. Let's get closer, guys. Oh, it's coming. Get it! Now it's running. Stop running, you coward. Yeah, get it! Kill it! Come on! You're getting knocked all the way into the water. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yep, everybody's almost dead again. Thank you, Jet. I'll take those.
I converted the ribs into Petri dishes and then made the pure DNA vial. It took a while to make. Then I put it in the DNA sequencer and used it to make Indominus Rex Genome 2. This took even longer to make. After I had finally finished crafting, I combined it with a fertilized Rex egg to create a genetically engineered Indominus Rex egg. I put the egg in the GMH incubator, turned it on, and hatched the egg.
We did it. The Indominus Rex. I will call you Phoenix.
While Phoenix was growing, I crafted some simple rifle ammo, a pump shotgun, and some shotgun ammo. Phoenix finished growing and I was able to ride him.
Okay, let's see what you can do. You can run fast. You can swim well too. We just one-shot that trike. Oh my goodness, this thing is a beast. With the Narcotoceratops got 2 shot. Our stats are insane. Over 27,000 health. Let's test this grab. No way, grab the stego. Nibbling on it. They gave me a buff. Blood Rage. So you're telling me we're even stronger now? Oh, and our health is going up super fast now. Claw swipe. That applies a bleed. Tail swipe. That does a lot of knockback. Camo. Oh, we're invisible now. That's good. Raw buff. Because that buffs my other creatures like a UT. Oh yeah, look, Florida Lizard Man. He's buffed up now. Foot stomp. Oh, okay. Raw fear. Yep, just like a UT. Man, this dinosaur is great. Look at that level up for as well. That's sick.
After we healed off of nibbling small creatures, we headed to the mainland to kill some bigger things.
Hello, Diamantinosaurus. Whoops, Florida Lizard Man. Oh my goodness, you're almost dead. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off my shoulder. Hello, Mammoth. Goodbye, Mammoth. Wow, it was a level 145 as well. Hey guys. Bye guys. There's a new Rex in town now. Indoraptor. Well, it went flying away. Oh no, it dismounted me. Okay, we got it. The giant bees here. That's so good, I finally found them. I have to come back later to tame them. Can we kill a ARK? I hope so. We did it. That was actually pretty easy. And it gave us a Giga Heart.
On day 47, I saw a wild second generation Indominus Rex.
That thing is terrifying.
Then I found an Anzu nest.
Yoink. Whoops. Yoink. Uh-oh. Anzu. Level 165.
Then we challenged an Alpha Rex.
Easy.
Then we tried to defeat the wild second generation Indominus Rex.
Wait, if I just keep running around in circles, it can't get me because of its bad turning radius. He's running. We got him. He gave us 4 ribs and a Gen 2 bone costume. Time to die, greater Kentrosaurus. It's a shame these Edmontosauruses are glitched right now. Bro, this thing is massive. Hey, we got him. It gave us a trophy and an apprentice saddle blueprint.
After that, I tried to tame a Paleo Gigantosaurus. Because I had a Giga Heart in my inventory from killing the Kaka, we got close to the Giga, it sniffed it out and took it. It then acknowledged me as a worthy opponent and challenged me. And I had to let it attack us and let it tire itself out, knocking itself unconscious. But I thought I just had to fight it, and so an epic battle ensued. The Giga was huge, even bigger than Phoenix. It was also the strongest thing I had fought so far, so I had no idea if Phoenix would be able to bring it down or not.
Come on, Phoenix, you got this.
Phoenix proved himself the true apex predator, but he did lose half of his health. The Giga was no joke. We're nibbling on creatures to heal up when we got ambushed by a wild, pure black Indominus Rex. It was a first generation, so I didn't know if Phoenix would be able to kill it, as he hadn't killed one before.
She's running. Come on, Phoenix, you can do it.
She died to Phoenix's bleed, so he didn't get the XP for the kill, but at least I still got her ribs. I needed more Indominus Rex ribs because I wanted to make an army of Indominus Rexes.
Get out of here, Rexy. Fight me, Car. Yeah, that's right. Oh, you wanna fight? Thanks for the ribs. What's that? A Giga Titan. Whoa, he did a little dance. Goodbye. 500 chitin? Oh, there's an Indom.
Back at home, I started hatching the Anzu egg and converting all the Indoraptor teeth and Indominus Rex ribs into petri dishes. I then found out that I could tell Phoenix to rest, making him sit down to heal faster.
Aw, so cute.
Then I found a fully grown Anzu head sticking out of my house.
Oh, I forgot about you.
I could ride him without a saddle and named him Forgotten. Then I hatched my second and third Indominus Rex eggs.
Whoa, you look amazing.
But by hatching 2 eggs at once, only one of the eggs actually hatched. The other one just vanished into thin air, which was very annoying. I had killed 6 Indoraptors now, but I still needed more petri dishes to make one. I named the new Indom Yoru. Forgotten had the ability to care for my baby creatures, giving them maximum imprinting for me. Once Yoru was fully grown, I took him out for healing and XP.
Oh, your natural armor is higher quality than Phoenix's. I guess it's random.
After that, we went hunting for Indoraptors and Indominus Rexes for more DNA.
There you are.
Back at home, I genetically engineered and hatched another Indom egg.
Twins! Neither of you are female.
I wanted a female Indom so that I could breed them instead of having to keep hunting wild ones all the time. On day 48, we went back to Indom hunting. Then I crafted a pair of fur gloves, ghillie gloves, and ghillie boots. And I had full sets of fur and ghillie armor. Then I grabbed the bug repellent that I had got from drops and headed over to tame the giant bees. I put on the ghillie armor, applied the bug repellent, and tried to feed the giant queen bee a rare flower, but her drone saw me and got angry. I tried again, but failed. Again. Then I got jumped by a terror bird.
Sit.
I tried to tame her again. This time, instead of trying to sneak up to her, I just full sprinted at her.
Yes, let's go.
I turned her into a beehive and placed her back at base. I gave her all of my rare flowers, which she could turn into honey over time. I then hatched another Indom.
Level 215? That's really good. Another male.
I went back to Indom hunting with Yoru. We killed some wyverns too in self-defense.
Let's get our blood rage buff. And now we're even stronger. The mantis ran away. We just killed a Veilwind. Poor little guy. Indoraptor! Stop flying around.
On day 49, I finally had enough Indoraptor DNA to create and hatch my own.
Twins! A male and female already? Off the first egg, are you kidding me?
I named them Classic and Ghost. Then I hatched another Indom and finally got a female.
Yes, a female, finally.
I named her Fade and then genetically engineered 2 second generation Indominus Rex eggs.
Hatch egg. Whoa, whoa, you look sick. Vandal, hatch egg. Let's go, a female.
Usually female Indoms were black or grey, and male Indoms were brightly coloured, though there were some exceptions.
I will call you Phantom.
The Indoraptors were fully grown, so I moved them over to my Indoms, and then Classic did this super cool eating animation.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay, that was epic.
I started breeding them to get more Indoraptors, and then found out that I could tell them to rest as well. This was good, as it would speed up their healing. The Gen 2 Indoms could do it as well. After everyone was fully healed, I began breeding them to further grow my army.
My first bred Indoraptor. I'll name you Frenzy. Okay, let's test you out. So we like hop around, kind of. We have this attack. We can go bipedal. Ah, no, run like a normal raptor. And we can jump high. We got mad hops. If I jump in quadrupedal mode, we go flying straight forward.
I told Frenzy to rest, as she was still injured from maturing, and I tested out Ghost.
We can roar. and it's different in both stances. Echolocation. So that tells me where creatures are. Oh, the range on it is insane. Oh, we can rest while I'm on it. Thermal vision. Okay, this is epic. The stats are really good, and the armor is insane. It's way higher than the Indoms. Frenzy has over 13,000 health. Man, those war drums look nice. I'm glad I got them from that drop. We hit hard too, especially for our size. Defense mode. Uh-oh, Alpha Narcito. Boing! He ran away. Hello? Oh, he's running. Are we cool now? Yeah, I think so. I'm back.
I started moving my army of Indoms to the red obelisk, because this was where we would get teleported to the boss fight against Nanatak, the ferocious, aggressive, colossal ice wyvern guardian of Ragnarok. Nanatak was a brutal wyvern that was responsible for freezing over the heart of Ragnarok and killing the dragon and manticore that originally guarded Ragnarok. And I wasn't going to only fight Nanatak once, but 3 times, in each of its 3 difficulty levels: Gamma, Beta, and Alpha. But to teleport to Nanatak's arena, I would need to retrieve the 10 artifacts of Ragnarok. And not only that, but I would need to retrieve 3 of each of them, since I planned on taking on Nanatak 3 times, which meant I needed to get 30 artifacts. On day 50, I grabbed 100 stimulants and cooked up some medical brew. Then I went to a special cave in the desert, called Life's Labyrinth, and attempted to retrieve my first artifact. I brought Frenzy and a spare set of gear, since I didn't want to lose my main good set of gear. The cave included a lot of button-pushing puzzles, traps, parkour, good loot, and death. I lost both Florida Lizardman and Buddha as well. I hadn't died since day 2 to that Tyrannomimus, but now I was dying a lot. I looted a pair of Ascendant Riot boots with over 700 armor.
Whoa.
Then I completed an insanely difficult time-sensitive puzzle, and arrived at the artifact of the clever. I had now retrieved my first artifact. I only took it one time, because I couldn't carry more than one of the same artifact in my inventory at once. I then entered the sacrifice room, where I had to sacrifice one of my teams to progress further through the labyrinth. But the problem was, I didn't bring any teams this far with me. I couldn't leave the labyrinth either, so I had to kill myself to get out, losing all of my stuff and the artifact. On day 52, I took a break from the cave, making more medical brew, Arky burgers, stimulants, and continuing breeding up more Indoms and Indoraptors. On day 53, I teamed up 2 new Ichthyostegas.
Whoa!
I named them Florida Lizard Lady and Florida Lizard Boy, and tried to breed them. But I had to move them to the water to mate. I got a fertilized Ichthyostega egg, then the Ichthyostegas swam into the ground.
Oh no. Okay, good, they're out.
I tried to hatch the egg by dropping it into the water, but I accidentally destroyed it because I wasn't submerged in the water when I dropped it.
Bro, where is it?
I gave up on making Ichthyostega babies and would just use Florida Lizard Boy and Florida Lizard Lady as my new shoulder pets instead. I was going to use the infinite supply of baby Ichthyostegas as sacrifices for the sacrifice room as well, but then I had the idea to just use all of the Kairuku that I had bred up instead. On day 54, my army of Indoms now had enough combatants, and I took the time to test out a 2nd generation Indom.
Okay, we can turn on the spot. We're a lot more slender. Whoa. She attacks like a crazy person. Let's test the grab. Oh, she can move around while grabbing it. We get the blow rage buff as well. Snap bite. Oh wow. This thing moves around so much. It's like an actual monster. Headbutt. Snap bite. Claw swipe. Oh my goodness, he just full on punched it. Stomp. Oh, we do the courage roar and fear roar when we level up. Double stomp. Claw swipe. Roar. Okay, we can roar manually too. Yoink. Demo vision. Okay, this is nice. So we're kind of like the Indoraptor, because the first generation Indom doesn't have this ability. Oh, that Parasol just went flying. Oh, Outlaw just courage buffed me all on her own. Interesting.
After that, I finished moving Indoms to the red obelisk.
We now have 20 Indoms, both Gen 1 and Gen 2, here at the obelisk.
On day 55, I headed to a special cave in the snow, called the Frozen Dungeon. I brought a full set of fur armor, a new Indom called Stinger, and a new Indoraptor called Shorty. We ventured into the dungeon, finding lots of good loot, killing lots of level 300 dire bears, iceworm males that gave good resources, and then battling the gigantic Ice Queen at the end of the dungeon.
They ran away. Come back. Look, I tasted you, man. What the heck? That guy just flew into Shorty's mouth. Oh, there's a frozen Rex here. Come on, Ice Queen. There we go. Oh no! Shorty! Shorty! Okay, Shorty's fighting her now. Oh no. Ah! Ah! Okay, I'm just gonna stay over here. Oh, Shorty killed it. Good job, Shorty.
With the Ice Queen defeated, we could journey deeper into the dungeon, finding the Ice Queen's nest full of iceworm lava, a small unconscious Giga, and the artifact of the pack. I went back and did the dungeon 2 more times to get 2 more of the artifact. On day 57, I returned to Life's Labyrinth, retrieving the artifact of the Clever once again, and this time remembering to bring a tame to sacrifice. But then I got knocked unconscious by the Labyrinth's residents.
No, Florida Lizard Boy!
I died again, got my stuff back, and then progressed further into the Labyrinth, where I had to fight off 5 waves of spirit direwolves and dire bears, increasing in level with every wave. After fending off the final wave, the wavy wall sealing off the artifacts went down, and I was able to claim the artifact of the Massive and the artifact of the Devious. I did the cave again, finding an Ascendant long neck rifle in the drop. I got the 3 artifacts again, and did the cave again, and got them again. And I had 3 of each of these 3 artifacts. On day 59, I harvested tons of metal with Zack. Then I found a rock elemental guarding some crystal. I got Stinger out to kill it, but then we awoke another rock elemental. We killed both of them.
Oh, they give good resources.
And then cleared out the rest of the creatures in the area. I was now safe to harvest all of the plentiful crystal in the vicinity with Zack. After that, we went to a snow cave above the frozen dungeon to harvest more crystal, also getting blue gems. On day 60, me and Isa went to a part of the deep ocean called the Tuso Trench. There were a lot of Tusos here, and we killed for some very good resources. They were all here to guard the artifact of the Devourer, which I could now safely retrieve. After that, we went home, where I picked up the industrial forge to make room for a new structure I had constructed, the industrial grinder. This special structure could grind items up to get half of their resources back. So I grinded up a bunch of stuff, most of which I had gotten from supply drops, and got tons of resources. Then I expanded the outdoor platform to make room for both the industrial grinder and the industrial forge. On day 61, I moved over the fridge from inside and added a second fridge. Then I went to the obelisk to craft some cryopods, and used them to cryopod up all of the teams around base, except for Junie and Yoru. And I made a bunch of storage boxes, as I was running out of storage space. I crafted 3 gas masks and flew to the southern Wyvern Trench to retrieve my next artifact. The gas mask would protect me from dying to the poison wyvern's breath attacks. I lured some of the wyverns away from the entrance to the cave, with Junie and his far superior speed. Then we headed in. It was very beautiful in here, but there's still a lot of wyverns, as well as glowing megalania. I found the artifact pretty easily and took it, the artifact of the strong. We left the cave and headed for the next artifact. On day 62, we arrived at the next cave, which Junie was also able to fly in. There are regular cave creatures here, like Titanobores and Megalosauruses, which were very deadly. We were able to safely fly over them and make it to the artifact.
Artifact of the Immune.
Junie was able to fly in the next cave as well,
Paleomegalosaurus. This cave is huge. Artifacts of the Cunning.
I went back and retrieved the last 3 artifacts 2 more times each, so I now had 3 of each of them. On day 63, me and Iso swam to get 2 more of the artifacts of the Devourer. We were approached by a Pleurodon on the way there, one of the rarest creatures in the game. I didn't have any honey on me to tame it, so I just killed it. I got the artifacts, running away from the Tusos, and then went to Viking Bay to find some Basilosauruses. I needed to kill Basilos to get that blubber, one of the many creature trophies I needed to teleport to the Beta and Alpha Nunatux boss arenas, as artifacts alone weren't enough. We didn't find any Basilos, instead tons of Bungartius, which almost killed me.
Wait, they can attack me while I'm on him? Run away!
And a Tylosaurus, and some Eurypterids. We killed them to make room for Basilos to spawn. On day 64, I headed to the colossal redwood forest with my Indom Ares to kill Thylacoleus for their hook claws. But first we found an Archaeopteryx. I knocked it out, gave it chitin to eat, and named it Chicken. She would come in handy later. We killed a Thyla and then found an Alpha Monolophosaurus. While we were fighting it, an Indominus Rex snuck up on us and joined the battle. The Alpha Mono was the first to die, and then we ran victorious over the wild Indominus. Later we started getting chased by a level 145 Gen 2 Indom, when a Thyla pounced on me, taking me off Ares. We dispatched of it quickly, but for some reason I couldn't get back on Ares. Then we got stomped on. The stomp was so powerful that it stunned me in place, and I couldn't move. And I had to just stand there and watch as the wild Indom rained down attacks on both Ares and me. I took lots of damage, surviving solely due to my high quality armor. Then I saw another Thyla running around, afraid for its life. I finally broke free of the stun debuff and was able to run over and get back on Ares. It killed the Thyla in the crossfire, and then, after a long intense battle, brought down the wild 145 Indom. We killed some more Thylas, but it was taking too long to find them. So we went to the Megalania beach next to the volcano biome to get lots of Megalania toxin. On day 65 we headed to the trench in the middle of the map to kill lots of Spinos to get Spinosaurus sails. We also found and killed a Sidarosaurus, and claimed a baby Vectispinus and a baby Inostran Sevia. I gave them food and named them Gojo and Itadori. After that we travelled into the swamps to kill Titanoboa for their venom, and Sarco and Dinosuchuses for their skin.
Platyposaurus. Diploceraspis. Oh, so this is a Platyposaurus. Oh wow, it lost to the Dillo. Whoops, I scared it. A Dinochirus. Hello! Ow, it broke my bones. Iriox. It's nibbling my toes. Oh, it's trapped me. Paleodinosuchus. A watch area.
After that, I flew to the desert as lots of Thyla spawned there. I saw a beach with tons of turtles on the way.
Whoa, it's Turtle Beach. And there's an RGB Parazinosaurus over there too. What is this ornitho fighting? Oh, there's a Thyla under the rock. A paleo one too.
I went back to looking for Basilos, but had no luck. I did find an underwater tunnel system though, which led me to some Carcanos.
Giant spider crabs. Oh, there's a cave here.
I continued looking for Basilos, but still couldn't find any. I gave up for now and decided to take on the jungle dungeon. to get my next artifact. This dungeon was very hot as there was lots of lava, so I brought a full suit of ghillie. I also brought cactus broth and bug repellent so the cave creatures wouldn't attack me, and lots of grappling hooks for getting around as I couldn't fly on Junie in this cave.
Let's do this. Hello, Mr. Spider. I do not want to fall in there. Please don't break. Please don't break. Ha. 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 Oops. Can I get through, guys? Oh no, they're angry at me. Yeah, I bet you're getting angry at me now. There it is, the artifact. Hup. Hup. Artifact of the Hunter. Got it.
I got attacked while leaving the cave.
Ah! It's so laggy! Why does the creatures at the place have to load in the outside world? Horrible ARK game design. And I'm unconscious. Great. This is great.
I did the dungeon again, but the artifact hadn't respawned. I waited for hours, but it still didn't respawn. So I gave up and went back to Life's Labyrinth to get another artifact. I had already gone 3 artifacts from this place, but there's still another way I could go to get a 4th one. This way involved lots of swimming and dangerous traps.
Regular Rexes. That's so funny. This is the first normal non-paleo Rexes of the 100 days.
I did some parkour and then arrived at a new area with more parkour. Except if I fell here, I would fall to the floor, riddled with flame traps, and instantly die. But I came prepared. I got Chicken the ARK objects out of her cryopod, and with her, I was able to hold her ankles and float around. I glided easily through the deadly parkour and arrived at the artifact.
Artifact of the Skylord.
I had gotten the artifact, but I still had to sacrifice a tame and make my way through more of the dungeon to get out. I arrived at the mini-boss area. I didn't need to defeat the spirit animals to leave, but I did it anyway and took the artifacts of the devious and massive again. Then I went back to the jungle dungeon.
Oh, that was close. There's a dinosaur down here. Cave Monolothosaurus.
Thankfully, the artifact had respawned this time. I almost died when exiting the dungeon again. And passed that while on the way home.
I have such bad heat stroke from that cave. Wait, what? Oh no. Hopefully nothing attacks us.
I got the artifact of the Skylord 2 more times and then got jump scared by a Draco Venator while I was making my way back to Junie. Luckily I got Shorty out in time to save me.
Thank you, Shorty.
After that I went looking for basilos again, but I couldn't find any. Back at home I turned my tranquilizer darts into shocking tranquilizer darts, with the use of metal ingots and biotoxin, then went out to tame a Tylosaurus, as I thought it might be faster and thus better for finding basilos than ISO. I found a high level one and began tranking it.
There we go, she's out.
I killed some obelisk squids for their calamari and gave them to her to eat. She ate them up very quickly and I named her Bella. I made her settle and tested her out. Her saddle provided me with oxygen, so I didn't need to wear a scuba tank. She was pretty fast and strong, had a lot of cool attacks, and passively generated venom in her inventory. She generated 3 types of venom: Ferrovenom, Trank Venom, and Deadly Venom. Her stats were very good, and she could convert the Trank Venom into narcotics in her inventory. She could inflict the venoms on herself as well as enemies, either damaging them, increasing their torpor, or applying a status effect that made all wild creatures in the vicinity, aggressive or not, attack them. She could also jump in and out of the water, which not only looked awesome, but also provided her with a short health regen buff. She was more agile than ISO, but slower and not as powerful. We went looking for basilos, but still couldn't find any. We did find a pair of plesiosaurs though, which we killed and got fireworks flare gun skins from. After that I went looking for basilos with harbour in Viking Bay. We instead found a lot more Bungatius. We tried to kill them, but then they pinned us against a rock and killed me. Luckily I had a bed nearby that was meant for the jungle dungeon. I ran back to harbour, dodging Dillaspit along the way, and to my surprise, saw that the Bungatius had left harbour alone. They had left Florida Lizard Lady alone too, but she was getting attacked by some Euraptorids. We took care of them and I retrieved my stuff. Luckily my armour hadn't been broken, because the Bungatius attacks pierced through armour, which is also how I died so easily. We killed some more of them, but they were very strong, and took a while for harbour to kill. So I went looking for basilos in other parts of the ocean with Bella. Still finding basilos, we found a pack of pelagic Edestus that dismounted me off Bella.
Why aren't you fighting back? Bella, come back! Bella! Oh no, she's bloody. Yes, Bella. Right. Okay, we killed that. Bella, you almost died.
I also got a Baculites chibi from killing a Baculites. I named it Extronic. I gave up on looking for basilos again, and instead of killing things with the Endoms to level them up. I finished leveling them all up to high levels on day 74. Then I crafted 20 more cryopods and cryopoded my Paleorex army. I went to cryopod Gojo and Itadori, seeing a wild Vectispinus fight pressurized water on the way. We arrived at Gojo, but couldn't find Itadori. He wasn't in my tracking list, so he must have died somehow. But his death wasn't in the tribe logs, so his fate was a complete mystery. On day 75, I returned to the jungle dungeon to get the artifact of the hunter for the third time. The very last artifact that I needed before I could fight Alpha Nunatak. I got it and then grappled to the back of the artifact chamber to a secret entrance. There are crystals here before, covering the entrance, which I had previously mined. I went in, only to find more crystals blocking the path. I didn't bring any tools to mine them, but luckily I was able to grapple over them, entering the lava golem arena. I got Shorty out, and it was time to battle the third and final mini-boss of Ragnarok. A gigantic molten rock appeared on our left. We approached it and awoke the lava golem. It was huge, and its magma rock throw attack did tons of damage, burning off 20% of Shorty's health. We got in a good position, in between the lava golem's legs, where it couldn't reach us with its magma rock throw attack. We attacked it for ages, slowly chipping away at its health, but Shorty was taking damage too. It was the longest battle of this 100 days journey so far, but eventually we brought it down. Our reward of 4 red cave supply drops spawned in, only for them to despawn immediately after. We looked around, but they were gone.
We did all that just to get scammed?
Now that I had all 30 artifacts and my Indominus Rex army was leveled up, the only thing left that I needed was the Basilosaurus blubber. So me and Bella continued the search. After a while, I swapped her out for Harbour, since it was a little bit faster. And then we found one. We finally found one. The elusive Basilosaurus. We ripped its manta posse to shreds and then took it out. It gave us 2 Basilosaurus blubber. We needed 15, which meant we would need to find 7 more basilos.
This is going to take a while.
During the Great Basilo search, I swapped Harbour out for Iso, since he was my fastest aquatic team.
I found one! Yes! Let's go!
We continued the search till day 85, when I found what looked like a smaller basilo. It was actually a small type of mosasaur, called a Kai-Kai-Falu. I tamed it by passively feeding it organic polymer, and named it Taco Bell. I was able to ride him without a saddle, and he was super fast. As a natural lover of organic polymer, he could store it in his inventory to preserve it for 10 times as long. He could bite, lunge forward, do a call, do a little wiggle to grant him extra armor, and swim downwards. He also provided me with 2 insulation buffs, one for being near him and one for riding him, making it so I now had 3 insulation buffs. I crafted him a saddle to give him the extra armor that came with it, and we tested out his strength. His attacks inflicted venom on his enemies, but he was still pretty weak, which was fine because he was super fast. Because he was so fast, I resumed the Great Basilisk search with him as my new mount. I found and killed my 8th and final Basilosaurus the next day, on day 86. I now finally had enough Basilosaurus blubber, and I was now at last ready to fight Nunatak. I flew over to the Red Obelisk with Junie, put down Florida Lizard Lady, and made my way to the Tribute Terminal. I put in the 10 artifacts of Ragnarok, and begun generating the portal to the Nunatak boss arena.
Okay, are you guys ready? Man, I'm nervous. I'll get on Stinger, since she's my strongest Indom here. Here we go. We made it. Oh, there he is. Gamma Nunatak. Okay, let's eat these wonderful foods, and I'm now ready. Let's go get him, guys. There he is. Oh, he spawned in Iceland. Whistle! Attack my target. He's shooting stuff at us. Get them! Get the ice worms! Wow, that was quick. Oh, the Gen 2 Indoms give us the courage buff when they roar. That's great. Uh-oh. Dodge! Stop shooting at us and come down here, you coward. Oh no. Bam. Take it back. Yeah, how's that? Ah, more ice worms. When will you come down? Oh, he's landing. Get him! Get him! No, don't leave. Ah, it's gone again. Not this again. How you guys help? Oh, we are fine. What? That's nothing. We are completely fine. More ice worms. Bam. Ha. Oh, ice breath. He's landing. Get him! Wait, he's flying low to the ground now. Why aren't you guys attacking? You're just munching on them and they're not fighting back. Oh, he landed! Get him! Get him! My inventory's full. I don't want to kill him just to not get the loot because my inventory was too full. He landed. Come on, guys. Yes, get him. Come on. So close. Yes. We did it. Good job, guys. Go over there. He's so massive and so dead. Wait, he doesn't have an inventory. Wait, what? I can only try to drag him. Do one of you guys have the loot? Oh, there's a supply crate. There we go. 100 element and a trophy. Phew, imagine if I didn't see that. Okay, time to go back. We're back.
On day 87, I hung up the Gamma Nunatak trophy in my base,
That looks sick.
and placed down the flag. Then I flew to one of the caves and got Zack out to harvest tons of crystal, obsidian, and metal. I used the obsidian to craft hundreds of polymer, and then on day 88 I crafted the tech replicator at the Red Obelisk. I placed it down on top of my house, but I didn't have any element left to power it, as I used all of it to craft it. I built a metal ladder in my house so I could climb up and access the replicator, and then headed to the Red Obelisk again to fight the Beta Nunatak. I put in all the creature trophies and artifacts, ate the foods, and generated the portal.
Here we go again. We're back. Oh, he's a coward too. Okay, he landed. Attack! Let's go! 275 element this time. How's your health this time? Okay, we took a bit of damage this time. Look at your dead stupid face. Oh, you can't, because you're dead. Haha!
With the element, I could now power the replicator.
Turn on. Whoa.
I went to harvest massive amounts of obsidian with Zach in the volcano biome, and then massive amounts of metal in the snow.
Over 1,000!
On day 89, I transferred the thousands of resources to the replicator and was able to craft polymer in it, except super fast. I grinded up more things in the grinder and used the resources to make a tech generator. I placed it down and powered it, and it could now power the replicator. It was way more efficient with its use of element, and it looked beautiful.
Wow, so pretty.
Then I made a tech trough. I replaced my regular feeding trough with it. It acted the same as the regular one, except it had nearly double the inventory size. When powered by the tech generator, it preserved food for 100 times as long. I went on a meat run with Yoru and filled the trough with it. Then I gathered a bunch of berries with Zach and filled the trough with them as well.
Now we got food for days.
I harvested more metal with Zach and crafted a pair of tech leggings. When I put them on, I could run super fast at the cost of element. I could also run through rocks and trees. Then I made a pair of tech gauntlets, which allowed me to perform super punches that could destroy and harvest rock. Then I crafted a tech rifle. It had a special high-tech scope and could fire plasma blasts. I then found out I could run on water with my tech leggings, so I ran to some creatures nearby and tested the rifle out some more.
Yeah! Yeah!
I put my normal armor back on and put the tech ones away, because I didn't want to lose them in case I lost to the alpha non-attack. I kept the rifle on me though. I headed to the red obelisk for the final fight against non-attack. I put in all of the many creature trophies and the 10 artifacts of Ragnarok, and begun generating the portal to the alpha non-attack boss fight.
Here we go, guys. This is our final battle together. Either win or lose. We're in. There he is. Spectre, why are you stuck in the ground? Iceman's ready? Oh, his icicles are red now. He looks terrified. More ice worms. Ice worms again. He's landing. Attack! Oh, we are shredding his health. Dodge! Okay, that got me. We're doing such good damage. Ouch. Oh, he landed over there. Charge! That was a direct hit. He's so close to dead. He's landing. This is it, guys. Get him! Why is there so many of you over there? It's okay, we don't need them. Kill him! Kill him! We are so close. Yes! We did it. Oh my goodness, we did it. Oh yeah, the supply crate. That's a lot of element. 550. Wow. Some of you are bloody. How's your health? Wow, it's like halfway. So we did like 14k damage. Wow, that's a lot. Good thing you guys are very strong. We're going back.
I replaced the beta non-attack trophy with the alpha one, marking my victory over Ragnarok's strongest guardian. Then I climbed upstairs and crafted the tech chest piece.
Whoa, it's moving on its own. It's like it's alive.
I was now able to fly, and since I had the tech leggings on too, I could fly at super speed.
Mid-air super punch! Haha.
I crafted a bunch of cryopods, which I could now do from the comfort of my own home, and cryopoded my Indominus Rex army. On day 91, I moved all of my resources to the replicator, as it had a ton of storage, 600 slots. I demolished the storage boxes, as I no longer had the need for them. Then I flew to Life's Labyrinth one last time, as I had left one of my Indoraptors there. The dungeon was now super easy, thanks to my new tech gear. I met up with Miss Bloom in no time, and put in a cryopod. I breezed my way through the time-sensitive puzzle, and retrieved the artifact of the clever one last time, as it would make for nice decoration. I defeated the spirit animals with Miss Bloom, and took the artifacts of the devious and massive one last time as well. I could now also access a hidden supply crate that I couldn't before. For the remaining 10 days, I built a giant tower that I called ARK Tower. I displayed my spare artifacts inside it, but I had a spot for one more artifact, so I flew to the frozen dungeon, and it turned out I could actually fly on Junie in the first part of it. I brought down the Ice Queen with ease, and I retrieved the artifact of the pack. The last artifact that I would ever retrieve in this 100 days. I crafted a spray painter and painted ARK Tower cyan. Then I finished my trophy room and painted my gear cyan to make it look nicer and more personalized. I made some finishing touches to the trophy room and made and played a game called Penguin Ball.
Score!
I also journeyed to the sand dunes with Yoru and killed scorched Edmontosauruses, who were luckily no longer glitched, and another Alpha Edmontosaurus, who was massive. We also found a pair of scorched Acrocanthosauruses, and then got jump scared by a Draco Venator.
Ah! Cheeky little monkey.
The Acros were very cool, but we still killed them.
Adrenal gland.
We found and killed some deathworms, and then challenged an Alpha Draco Venator.
It's so big. It's almost the same size as us. I got a trophy and a chibi.
I replaced the Alpha Edmontosaurus trophy with the Alpha Draco Venator one, as it looked cooler. On the morning of day 100, me and Isa went out and hunted some plesiosaurs to get more fireworks flare gun skins, because I had lost all of my other ones after dying to the Bangatius back on day 73. I crafted 10 flare guns, put the fireworks skin on them, and brought Junie and Yoru to the top of ARK Tower. Florida Lizard Lady and Extronic were also here with us. Together, the 5 of us looked over our home and waited for the 100th day to pass.
And we did it! We spent 100 days in ARK Survival Ascended, modded with new dinosaurs. Wow.